Fayetteville. And our matchup, the Razorbacks of Arkansas against the Crimson Tide of Alabama.
We just what you've been looking for. Let's show them what we cooking on. Cooking up some country.
He got drilled by Drew Sanders.
What a play from Bryce Young. Touchdown, Alabama.
It's rain or shine at this back road venue. Get a truckload of your kinfolk. Y'all come on, 'cause we're out here cooking up some country.
And that brings us to a readout at Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville, Arkansas. On a picture-perfect sun-drenched day in northwest Arkansas, the Home Depot SEC on CBS brings us a top 20 matchup. For the 33rd time, the Razorbacks and the Crimson Tide. The Tide ranked number 2, the hometown Razorbacks, the number 20 team in the country. It's a perfect day for football here in early October. And we welcome you, everybody. I'm Brad Nussler. My partners are Gary Danielson and Jenny Dell. This is when it gets fun, partner. The battle for the West starts right now.
And we know Bama's going to be there, but isn't it great to have a prideful team like Arkansas back in here competing with these teams in the SEC West?
Last year we had a barn burner, 42-35. I said to you the other day, you remember the numbers the quarterbacks put up?
Oh, I remember. I tell you, we went off the air with something like this graphic that we showed. These two guys lit it up. I mean, this was probably the start of the Bryce Young run for the Heisman. And last year, K.J. Jefferson showed Bama that he's not just a runner. He can throw the ball, too.
Over 900 yards of offense between those two young men and 8 touchdowns. But they do it in different ways, Gary.
They do. Bryce can run, but when you throw as well as he does and the weapons he has, he can put 500 on you. I think for K.J. Jefferson to lead his Arkansas team to win today, we're going to need more running from him against this team.
Alabama's off to a 4-0 start as the Hogs take the field. They've played tremendous defense against a schedule that really hasn't been that tough so far, but nonetheless, their defense is playing lights out, and they might have the defensive player of the year in the country.
Well, he might have been that last year. Yeah. Will Anderson, a lot of people said he might have been the best defensive player a year ago. He's back to terrorize teams. He was a terror in this game last year. Everybody who plays against Alabama must point and account for number 31.
Oddly enough, his old roommate is now on the other side. Drew Sanders, part of a 2-linebacker combo right now for the Razorbacks.
It's the new world of college football, isn't it? And yes, Drew Sanders has made this Arkansas defense better. 2 linebackers, Drew Sanders 42. He comes off the edge. He comes from the middle. He is a blitz menace. But Bumper Pool is Arkansas football. He plays all out, and he loves the university, and he loves to play football here.
Kind of like their coach, Sam Pittman. With more on the coaches, we go to the third member of our team, Jenny Dell. Jenny?
Yeah, well, Nick Saban has been anointed the best coach in college football, but around these parts, Sam Pittman reigns supreme. When he took over this football program 3 years ago, he has completely restored football prominence for Arkansas. And when it comes to today's matchup, Pittman, he told me he truly believes this team can compete. If you mix a little of last year when the Hogs played Bama tough to the close one last week, Pittman thinks that there are no miracles needed to come out of this one victorious. Guys, he called Saban the greatest coach of all time, but let me tell you, such mutual respect with these two.
There's no doubt about that. There was a time when Nick tried to hire Sam that didn't work out, and now they sit right next to each other in the SEC meetings. Today they meet in front of a packed house of 76,000, all wearing red, except the Alabama folks that got tickets. They're wearing their road whites. 15 straight wins for Alabama over Arkansas, leading the all-time series 25-7. Their last win was a 2-overtime victory over the Tide way back in 2006.
I remember that one. My second game here at CBS.
You talk about a perfect day.
It is. Absolutely.
This is Chamber of Commerce stuff in Northwest Arkansas. sunny 77. Light winds. Arkansas won the toss. They will defer. So the Crimson Tide and Bryce Young will have it on offense first.
Yes, I was here Wednesday for practice, and I think Jenny hit the vibe of the Arkansas football team. The close loss to A&M, a game they thought they should have won, and how they played on the road last year. They believe. That's half the battle. They believe.
This city has been lit up all week in anticipation of this game. Bates has got it teed up. Jahmyr Gibbs is back at the goal line for Alabama. Can somebody challenge Alabama in the SEC West? These guys think they can. We'll find out in about 3.5 hours. Here we go. Gibbs will let it go. Alabama will start at the 25-yard line. And with that, the guy we just talked about will take the field at quarterback. And he is something special. You know, you win awards when you're really good. Well, the Heisman is the highest. National Play of the Year is pretty good. So's a Maxwell. First team All-American. Davey O'Brien Award. You keep going and keep going and keep going. That's number 9.
And the one award that he's focused on this year, the National Championship.
Yep. The ring is a thing. Alabama thinks they've got the makings of a team that good. We start to find out today. Jahmyr Gibbs on a cutback. Got a couple, and that's all. Second down and 7. Latu, the tight end, in motion. Bryce Young, his first throw is going to be deep. On the out, got it, perfect pass all the way down to the 32-yard line to Kobe Prentice. That quiets the crowd.
So last year, Alabama hit this Arkansas defense with the wideout going to the middle of the field. This time, the slot, middle of the field, and then takes it to the flag. A perfect throw. Nice designed route by Bama.
Well, spotted at the 31, the Razorbacks. Back to Jahmyr Gibbs. Broke a tackle somehow and got away, and with a stiff arm, got 5 or 6 out of nothing. I thought he was going to go down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think Drew Sanders had him. I thought he had him wrapped up and down, but Gibbs spun out of it.
So that takes it inside the 25 immediately. Second down and 3. JoJo Earl in the lineup down to the bottom of your screen. A wideout that's had some injury issues. Young throws complete. Nice pitch and catch to Trayshawn Holden. So we take a look. Papa John's lineups. Here's the group that joins Bryce Young, including Gibbs, who is a multi-dimensional player. Receiver, runner, kick returner. He does it all.
And a change at center in there. McLaughlin, number 56, is in for Dalcourt.
Dalcourt's had some injury problems too, playing nicked, not in there right now. First down at the 19. Quick throw to the middle. Tipped, intercepted. Picked off at the 1-yard line by McLaughlin.
You can't throw it any better, but when you stick out one hand, it bounces up, and McLaughlin gets the turnover. Watch it. He's beat. He's beat. Did he get a little tug there? Is that why he slowed down? Did McLaughlin get his hand on the jersey to slow him down? Because it seemed a little off balance. No, it was a hit downfield.
Yep.
Yeah, a bump downfield just to break his stride enough, or that ball would have been completed.
That is a third interception of the year already for Dwight McLaughlin.
I wonder did the bump come after the ball was in the air, though? That's the question. Could not tell from that look.
Big play by the Arkansas defense to stop an Alabama drive.
Nope, it was just before the ball was released.
You know, the good news is they got the ball. The bad news is where they're going to spot it for the offense for the Razorbacks. A.J. Jefferson will come up under center because they're at the 1-yard line. He'll try to get it and does out to the 5. That gives them some room to work.
Yep, kind of almost ran right through the safety on that play, trying to get inside and almost rubbed the man-to-man coverage, and ended up costing him half a stride and the interception.
Rocket Sanders, first down and more. Out to the 16.
Can this Arkansas team, so good at running the ball, find some room to run the ball, make them two-dimensional? That's the goal against this Bama defense today.
In the shotgun, A.J. Jefferson at the 16-yard line. Going to be a wide receiver screen. Got it out quickly to Keytron Jackson. Take a look at the Papa John starting lineup. We're going fast-paced here. We got to get it in while we can. K.J. Jefferson, over 900 passing, over 250 rushing. And he's already got a nice throw out to Keytron Jackson to get it to the 24-yard line where it's 2nd down and 2.
The unbalanced line, which Arkansas is in now, hurt Alabama last year. Right now, Kendall Briles is saying, did you adjust, Alabama?
First down by Sanders. Goes for about 7. Here's the offense around K.J. Jefferson. Everybody talked about Matt Landers. Both the coaches, the coordinators, the quarterback said he's got to be a guy that has a big day.
He's their fastest receiver.
Keep it on the ground with Sanders. Driving with his offensive line for close to 3. Bama defensively. We talked about Will Anderson, and he's got help from Henry To'o, who had 13 tackles in this game last year.
And a couple touchdown saving tackles. I remember last year when Alabama was kind of out of whack with the unbalance. To'o made the touchdown saving tackles.
He had a couple sacks as well. Number 10 in the middle for the Alabama defense. 2nd down and 7. Opening offensive drive for the Razorbacks. That might be a lateral, and there's a flag down. And so is Hazelwood.
Yeah, it looked to me like an illegal formation. Did they have too many men in the backfield?
They had a bunch to that side of the field.
Yes.
And Scott Walker is our referee.
Illegal formation. Offense. More than 4 players in the offensive backfield. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
You got the call, Garrett.
Yeah, there's guys moving, shifting, then going in motion, and they end up with 5 guys in the backfield. These 2 guys, one of them should be on the line of scrimmage.
Trey Knox was a motion guy and probably should have set up a little bit closer to the line. At any rate, that backs him up to 2nd down.
Yeah, and it makes number 31, Will Anderson, somebody you got to find. When it gets these long yardage situations, Arkansas has to know where 31 is.
He's standing up right there at the 30-yard line on the top of your screen. Here he comes. Jefferson broke out of the pressure, throws on the run, had to just loft it. Incomplete, intended for Matt Landers. It'll be 3rd down and 12. Beg your pardon, it's 4th down. That'll bring out Max Fletcher to punt. McKinstry will drop back, and he has been dangerous. He's not even normally their punt returner, but he's been doing it so far. And he's got 244 yards to lead the country in that capacity. So the whole sideline, offense, defense, everybody says as soon as Kool-Aid gets his hands on the ball, we start paying attention. He's not going to get his hands on this one. So he'll bounce out of bounds around the 28-yard line. Nope, they're gonna walk it up farther, maybe around the 35. 9:50 first quarter. No score so far. Bryce Young and the offense for Alabama back on the field when we come back. Get nonstop sports news, expert picks, and the biggest highlights on CBS Sports HQ, the free 24/7 sports news network. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today, and you can join Gary with the HQ gang coming up when we're done here. Bryce Young, first 11 starts, only 3 interceptions, the last 9-7, and he threw one on the opening series today at the 1-yard line on a ricochet off his wide receiver's hands. So that's something he would like to clean up. Only had 7 all of last year to go with his 47 touchdown passes.
Kendall Randolph's in the game, number 85. It's an extra offensive lineman lined up at tight end.
Jahmyr Gibbs speeds off the right side and got almost 10.
It was the story of last year's game. He lined up at tight end numerous times, bringing in an extra offensive lineman, and they run right at the power for Alabama. Good job that time at right tackle. J.C. Latham, the highly recruited right tackle, doing a good job over there.
You don't have to give number 1 much of a crease either.
No.
Man, he hits the hole in a hurry.
Is a special football player.
Transfer from Georgia Tech. He was the Georgia Tech offense last year. And now a big part of Alabama's. Spin move on the play action. Young flushed out of the pocket, and he still throws a dart down the sideline. Should have probably been caught by Ja'Cory Brooks, but that thing had some steam on it, and he just couldn't hold it.
So one of the things that Alabama loves to do is bring in the extra offensive linemen, and if they sense a team is going to play man-to-man on them, boy, that is the definition of a drop pass.
Boy, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing was smoking on the way.
So they bring in the extra offensive linemen, and they run deeper routes and allow Bryce Young the time to throw the ball deep.
Jace McClellan in the backfield now on 3rd down and a yard. Fumble.
Another drop.
And McClellan still got it and picked up the first down.
How about that? Well, one bounce went the wrong way for Alabama for a turnover. This bounce was good enough for McClellan to take it and get a first down. Keeps his wits about him. If he falls on it, it's right there and they're going to have to punt. He grabs it, and you know, if he'd have grabbed it and fumbled, everybody said, just fall on it, just fall on it. But he does it and gets the first down.
Here comes a blitz off the corner. The throw goes that way, and it goes through the hands of Kobe Prentice, who had the long ball earlier. We got to set the defense for the Hogs. That's what the fans want us to do right now, too. So here it is. Jordan Dominic, number 2 on their sack list behind Drew Sanders. And all those guys coming in leading the country in sacks as a group with 20. And they know they have to put pressure on number 9 or they don't have a chance. That's just the way it is when you play Alabama.
It's a 3-man look, but what do they come with on the blitz?
McClellan and Gibbs both in the backfield. It'll be Gibbs straight up the middle. Bulldozes his way across the 50 to the 47.
Jahmyr Gibbs is a pure athlete playing running back. He's as comfortable lining up as a wide receiver in the slot or running the ball.
Leads the team in receptions with 17 coming in, doing most of his damage on the ground here early in the first quarter. 3rd down. Alabama 44% on their 3rd down conversion so far through 4 games.
Oh, tight look from the Arkansas defense. They're challenging the offense. Bryce Young says, are you going to play man against me? Are you good enough?
Play clock down to 1. Just got it off. Young slant. Got his man on the fly. Kobe Prentice. You can say goodbye. Touchdown, Alabama.
They were not good enough. Too much space. Bryce Young knew it. I knew it. They were going to play man. He called the audible, and look at the space. That's the man-to-man coverage he knows he has. He's going there the whole way. Here comes Arkansas. There goes Alabama.
47 yards for the touchdown. So they didn't score on their opening drive. When they do, they very seldom lose a game, but they scored on their second drive. 3 rushes, 3 passes. The extra point by Reichert is good.
They just tipped it off too much. Too easy to read. You've got a veteran quarterback back there. He knew exactly what was coming, and he delivered it.
65 yards in 6 plays. The capper, a 47-yard touchdown. The 14th touchdown pass of the year for Bryce Young. 7-0, Bama. Tomorrow, it's an NFL on CBS doubleheader. Early games headlined by a battle between the Ravens and the Bills. We'll give you the whole schedule in a minute. There we go. Patriots and the Packers follow. That'll be a good one. Belichick at Lambeau Field, right? All starts at noon Eastern with the NFL Today. Tomorrow, the NFL on CBS.
So, in hockey, Chase McClellan would get assist on that play, right? That third down fumble recovery, because it doesn't happen with that. One more look here. Watch what Bryce Young sees. Pretty easy to see. Just here, we've been watching it on TV. Look at back here. See that right there? You know what he sees? 7 points is what he sees back there. He looks out there, sees all that space. He's got one-on-one. He's got a safety, got a slot receiver.
And he's got a 10.8 100-meter guy. It's forget about it.
It was open. Throwing a slant, and the Arkansas guys are going, oh, we thought with Devontae Smith gone and Jameis gone and Mechie gone and Judy gone.
Here comes another group.
Yep.
First down, Arkansas now trying to answer. Sanders with a stiff arm. And he carried it for about 3. Jalen Moody made the stop.
It was Jalen Moody, one of my favorite players. I saw him in a spring game 2 years ago make a bunch of tackles. He has waited. He has waited. He's played behind players. He's finally getting his shot. Patience to play at Alabama.
Sanders with some patience until Will Anderson ran it over. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
A lot of players at Alabama have had to wait their turn, and Nick Saban tells them, hey, you only need one good year here.
Yep.
You can get drafted to play in the NFL.
Big 3rd down for Arkansas just to stay on the field.
Totally.
Give their defense a breather. A.J. Jefferson didn't get it. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, DJ Dale, who was injured a year ago in warm-ups in this game, didn't go for the fake. Maybe he couldn't go for the fake, but watch this. Fake the pass. DJ says, hey, come right back to me. 4th to go. Here we go. Are they going to go for it?
Alabama almost jumped.
He'll look back. Kendall Briles will look at Sam Pittman and go, are we going to go for it or not? They'll give him one more signal.
5 on the play clock. And it might be a timeout or not coming up. Now they'll take the clock down to 0, flag, and then they'll punt.
I think Sam Pittman in that situation goes, I'd rather have a timeout and I'll sacrifice the 5 yards. Right. I thought he'd go for it, didn't you?
Well, last year,
watching last week.
Last year they had a fake punt that kind of shocked all of us, but it wasn't on that spot on the field.
No. He kind of said to us when we met with him yesterday, be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready. I'm going to do everything. This would be
I don't think he'd take a 5-yard penalty and then fake a punt. But
it would fake us out. That's for sure.
You look behind Max Fletcher. And Kool-Aid McKinstry down on the other end. Kool-Aid, this one's a mile in the air. Waits on it. And fair catch at the 20. So, Arkansas at least switches the field position a little bit, but they trail by 7. Now it's time for Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. Let's do some smart things or some not so smart things, Gary.
Yes, well, here it is. Pick your poison. If you rush him all out, he can score by the 3-man rush. Look at this. Look at the time and the patience that Bryce Young does, and the point guard dishes it off the last second for a touchdown. So a little bit in between 3 and all might be the answer, right?
But yeah, not 3 though. Well, he's already got a touchdown pass. Last season, There's his numbers on his way to the Heisman Trophy. And threw 5 touchdown passes in this matchup last season. Gibbs, all wrapped up by Eric Gregory. And he's the force that has to push that middle of the defensive line. According to Barry Odom, defensive coordinator, coming out after making the stop, but no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
And Tyler Booker, the true freshman guard, is in the game at left guard right now. He's in the rotation. It's a 3-man rotation. He's earning playing time. Trips to the left here for Bryce Young. He bobbled the snap momentarily and now fires down the middle complete and completes it to Trayshawn Holden. Well, Hudson Clark, I think it was number 17, might have been 19 on the play, but this is the zone defense. Arkansas's got to find players, and they do, but just a second. Actually, Bumper Pool wasn't a 10. They got the hit. Trying to play defense, trying to find players. Just don't cover grass, but at least let the Alabama receivers know you're going to get hit against our zone defense. You let them know for sure. 3rd down and a yard. Blitz off the corner. Cutback goes that way for the 1st down run. And it's McClellan out to about the 34. There's McClellan, nice and patient. Brad's called it a couple times. Running nowadays, it's not down, kick out anymore. It's everybody mash forward, find the crease, be ready to cut back, and he did. McClellan leading the team in rushing and has the 2nd fewest attempts of anybody in the country that has that stat as a leading rusher. So he's making good on the carries he gets, including that last one. Young, play fake all day to throw. Finally, he goes across the middle, incomplete, intended for McClellan. Well, he had plenty of time to scan the field, didn't he? He did, but that's when watching practice, Barry Odom was constantly telling his defense, keep your eyes open, find the receivers. Don't just drop back and cover grass. Make the throws tighter. Make Bryce Young be accurate with every throw. Make the receivers understand they're going to get hit after they catch it. And right after he caught it, Kobe Prentice, who's closing in on 100 yards receiving already, dropped immediately. Well, they have the sacks, and that's good. Drew Sanders tied for 1st, and Jordan Dominic helps him. With that many sacks, you'd think their pass defense would be better. That doesn't necessarily correlate. No, they're ranked pretty badly, that's for sure. Jahmyr Gibbs now trots back in to join Bryce Young. Sanders up here from his inside linebacker spot. He becomes the 4th rusher. How will they try to feature him? Stunt him around? What will they do? 3rd down and 7. They're coming this time. Long ball, man is wide open. Isaiah Bond, another one of the young wide receivers, all the way down to the 7. You know, I don't think Nick Saban's very good at poker. Do you know that? Because last night we were just asking him about his receivers. As you watch the protection, good enough. He mentioned Isaiah Bond. He did. Said number 17, I think is going to be pretty good. He just runs by everybody. And Young put it right on him. He couldn't keep his footing, but he does get it down inside the 10 at the 7. Georgia High School 100 and 200 meter state champ. I wrote it down last night. Young might run with this one. He'll coast with this one. Touchdown, Alabama. Just giving a little fake step to the inside. That froze the would-be tackler out in space, and he cruised in from 8 yards out. I don't know if Nick Saban is good at poker, but I do know he's good at challenging his football team. He told them our old Alabama teams love to go on the road and be aggressive. Take the fight, show how good they were. He said, if we show how good we we don't need to be winning these games by 1 and 2 points. Reichert in for the point after, up and good. That didn't take long, did it? To cap off an 80-yard drive and 7 plays from our AT&T 5G pylon cam. This is Bryce Young coming right into your living room. Touchdown, Alabama. 14-0 tie.
Tom Zucker in New York with his Jeep update and a rematch of the last year's Big 12 championship game. Oklahoma State going for some revenge. And at Baylor, Spencer Sanders to Bryson Green, who high points it and comes down with a 7-3 lead. The Bears in their banana unis today. Ness, Gary, back to you.
I was wondering what you're going to call those, Zook. Thanks. 14-0 here early. Alabama on top of Arkansas. Bryce Young with a touchdown pass and a touchdown run.
Yeah, the Heisman Trophy winner just picked out 2 true freshmen to throw touchdown passes to.
They do. Kind of like these young guys. He's starting to think.
Yeah, and with the college rules, you're going to have them for 3 seasons.
You're not going to have Bryce Young to throw to you, though.
No, but they'll be there.
Fair catch.
Hey, well-designed play. You're trying to get your outside receiver matched up on a slot defender, kind of a hybrid right here. You come out, you cross, and then you bring the outside receiver matched up on Miles Slusher. The slot defender got one-on-one. He's basically a glorified safety. Both touchdown passes, well, that was a long play, not a touchdown pass. Both long plays have been on the slot safety, and one play later, they walk it into the end zone.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
Big plays with good players.
A.J. Green in the backfield with K.J. Jefferson. He wants to throw on 1st down. Isn't going to get a chance. He'll run it, though, and he's got a big gain. Picked up about 14 on the scramble before Jalen Moody brought him down.
So let's remember about this Arkansas team a year ago in this game. They fell behind 10-0. So it's 14-0 now. They're going to have to climb back into this football game, one play at a time. They had a bunch of long drives last year. 5 for over 75 yards. They'd love a long drive.
Green fighting for a yard, maybe. Henry To'o on the tackle. Jenny.
Yeah, quick update on running back Jace McClellan. He was hurt in that last series. It looked like he wanted to go back in, but the trainers instead escorted him over to the injury tent. He currently remains in there. I'm told it's an upper body injury, and he should return at some point, guys.
Yeah, you saw the collision there with Sanders on McClellan. Got him in the neck area, the upper shoulder. Jenny will keep us posted. We're down to a minute 40, 1st quarter. K.J. Jefferson trying to get something going here. Broken tackle in the backfield, but it's not going to matter. Will Anderson is the guy that made the play. He won't get credit for the tackle.
He blew it up, didn't he?
Yep.
He was there right when the handoff was there, right off the edge. When you try to run the edge, they don't block it. They're trying to read it. He makes it happen so fast, and then right behind him, you got number 10 cleaning it up.
Last 13 games, 19 sacks, 30 tackles for loss. Number 2 in the all-time annals of Alabama behind Derek Thomas. And that one incomplete. Had a step out there, Hazelwood, and just not a accurate pass.
Yeah, and he coming into this game a year ago became this great season he had. KJ broke the Arkansas percentage record for a season. You know, he's big, he's strong, he runs, but he showed last year he could throw.
Missed on that one, though, so it's punting time again for Fletcher.
Yeah, and that's dangerous anytime Alabama looks like gets the ball. So far, no drives to take the pressure off their defense. Right.
Fletcher had a nice high punt last time that kept McKinstry from any kind of return. McKinstry's not going to fair catch this one. From the 13. Kool-Aid McKinstry weaving through traffic all the way out to the 42-yard line. That's why his teammates pay attention every time there's a punt.
Yeah, pay attention maybe to a flag that may help Arkansas out here a bit.
It's down around the 22-yard line where the flag came out.
Referee's got his head out. That means that the defender went out of bounds and came back in. Let him sort it out. I have no idea.
Player out of bounds, kicking team number 11. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the return. 1st down.
That's what it was. Had his hat off. That meant the defender going down the field ran out of bounds to avoid the block, came back in, gets the 5-yard penalty.
Not only a good return, but tack 5 more on. And it's going to be great field position for Alabama. Bottom of your screen, he stepped out on the first.
Right, he's just avoiding the block by running on the white territory. Can't do that.
He ran 15 yards out of bounds.
Yep. You got to fight your way back in, and he did. He said, wow, it's nice
and easy out here.
Nice and clean out here.
I like this chalk mark thing. This is really good. 200 yards already for Alabama here in the first quarter. Now they finally walk it off, so it's going to be almost to midfield, out to the 49.
So Bryce threw for over 500 last year, and he's on a faster pace right now.
That's not good if you're an Arkansas fan. Remember, the only mistake so far was on a tip pass near the goal line. There's Jace McClellan, so he's out of the tent. And we'll see when he comes back in. Right now it's Jahmyr Gibbs. And that's Kobe Prentice in motion. It's Gibbs up the middle. Got into Arkansas territory.
So I love the way the package that Gibbs brings to the offense. Reminds me of the Alabama player Kenyon Drake. A little bit of Alvin Kamara at Tennessee. Two of my favorite players. He's got the whole package, perfect for modern day football. And this one flanked all the way to the bottom of the field.
There's what we're talking about. Multi-purpose guy. Young is looking that way, but he goes instead complete for a first down to Jermaine Burton. And the Georgia transfer's got a first down.
So what that does, Bill O'Brien has already schemed this up well, all right? You saw the matchup on the pass deep to set up the touchdown. By sending your running backs and tight ends wide, it declares the defense. If a corner goes out with them, you know you got zone. A linebacker or a safety might have man. You know, Bryce Young knows he's got zone when the second quarter begins. Is that the stoppage?
That's it. That's the end of one, and it was controlled by second-ranked Alabama, that's for sure. Bryce Young throwing to Prentice and Bond, and cruising in on his own. 14-0 Alabama. Our aerial coverage of today's game is brought to you by Goodyear as we start the second quarter at Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville, Arkansas. 14-0 Alabama in front and driving again. First snap of the second quarter at the Arkansas 35-yard line. Empty backfield for Bryce Young. Throws incomplete. One of the first misses so far for Bryce Young. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell. You know, this guy can take the air out of a crowd in a hurry, number 9, and he's done it already in the first 15
you know,
minutes.
sometimes we say stats don't tell the whole true story, but Bryce Young is really good, great stats, and Arkansas's pass defense is ranked 126. We can kind of see why, right? I mean, they're picking up apart too many easy throws. They must, I think their only chance, they've got to pressure Bryce Young. Texas did it. They got him off his spot. How can they get Bryce Young uncomfortable? I mean, how can they do it?
It's been the question a lot of teams have faced over the last couple of years.
Texas did it a bit, you know.
They did. They got good inside push.
Correct. You know, the Auburn game we did at the end of last year, they kind of got 7 sacks in that game. I think you really have to concentrate that if we don't put pressure on this guy, he's too good for this level of play.
This is a huge third down. I know it's early in the game, but if they could just hold them to a field goal attempt. Alabama's 4 for 4 on third down so far today.
Bryce Young checked their play. Arkansas checked out of their rush. Chess match.
Wardell Williams in the backfield. Here comes a blitz from the secondary. Young steps up, rolls to throw, and they did bring him down as he fumbled out of bounds, and it's Drew Sanders. And that was just what the doctor ordered for the Arkansas defense.
So this time that secondary bought the time to flush the quarterback out, and Sanders ran him down. A year ago they were teammates. Now you're tackling. Now they got him. They got everybody. That's the coverage you need to allow Sanders to come in and clean up the play.
Will Reichard, his career long was against Texas at the beginning of the season, 52 yards. This one will be from 53. Kick on the way, just wide right. So the Arkansas defense did force a field goal, and Reichard missed it.
Got the feeling like they had to, doesn't it? They had to have a stop there. They got it. Now it's the offense's turn. They've got to help out that Arkansas D.
Wednesday, set sail across the Mediterranean with real singles on the romantic adventure of a lifetime. Rebecca Romaine and Jerry O'Connell host a new dating competition series, The Real Love Boat, premiering Wednesday right here on CBS. Well, not good on the first 3 possessions for Arkansas. They got to get something going here offensively. They got the defensive stop they were looking for. And let's see what K.J. Jefferson can do. Threw that one in the ground, intended for Matt Landers.
So you wonder, Alabama loses, the receivers, Williams, Mechie, Devontae Smith the year before, the Heisman Trophy winner. But right now it looks like Arkansas is missing Trayvon Burks. Yep. Last year in this game he had 8 receptions, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns. He doesn't look like he has a guy he feels comfortable putting the ball up in a 50-50 situation.
Doesn't look comfortable right there either. Goes down. E.J. Dale with a stop on K.J. Jefferson.
Staring downfield. See how much time he's got. You can feel Will Anderson, can't he? He could feel him. He had to bail out of there. That's one of those things. Will Anderson doesn't get a stat, but he affected the quarterback. That'll show up in the tapes.
He's in his track stance right there at the hash mark right now on 3rd down and 10. Alabama's bringing some extra bodies. He throws over Anderson and got it in open space to DeBinion. And Rashad DeBinion, a guy that the coaches are really high on, gets a big first down.
Yeah. Kendall Briles said we will see a little bit of a DeBinion. We asked what he does well, and he said everything.
Yeah.
He's got the whole package.
And here he is again. This time on the ground. He left it on the ground, though. I think he was down. No, he wasn't. The umpire says Alabama takes over. We'll take another look at this one. Helms with the recovery. At the time when I called it, I thought he was down.
Fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
I don't think so now.
I think it was at Helms that also forced the fumble, and then he dives over and recovers the fumble. Was he down? Was he down?
The fans think he's down. Sam Pittman, I think, mouthed the words he's down, but I think he's not.
But was his backside down? Was his butt down?
I think his rear end was still on the defender.
Keep looking.
He's sitting on his
Paul's fumble. Yeah, that's a fumble. That's going Alabama's football.
And it is a fumble recovery by Helms. Nice defensive job by Helms.
They have a great screen here to watch the replays.
It's almost too good.
But they don't have slow motion like we do.
No, that's right. The fans are still up there pointing. And
Sam's going to
challenge this. I think he's going to lose this one.
They already decided. I wonder what he will challenge. Does he have something else to point out besides the ball carrier not being down?
Gene Steratore is our man in New York watching it with us. Gene?
Yeah, I can see from the angle that we've got right now, you guys are right on it.
And then we got
They are going to review, I guess. Yep. And as Gary said, the Jumbotron's great, but Gary, I think maybe the people that are reviewing this play might be a little more biased in the stadium with the replay reviews.
Right. But I don't know what Sam would challenge. Wouldn't the officials tell him we've already reviewed it? Does he have to have something else to challenge, Gene, or does he just say, I want you to take another look? Can he do that?
Yeah, he's probably saying he wants to take another look. When you have a turnover like that, as you said, Gary, they're looking at that play, right, just because they're going to confirm that. But when a coach calls a timeout and says, look, I want you to look at it, you're going to go through the process. I don't think this will take very long. and then he's going to lose this timeout as well.
I think I just read Coach's lips, and I think he said, "Gol dang it."
Gol dang it. You know, in basketball, that's where you'd kind of get a tee, because the crowd was, you know, he was playing to the crowd, right? You get one of those tees, but you can't get a tee in football. You know, it's 15 yards, hurts. 1 point isn't a big deal.
So just when the Arkansas offense was showing some life, Helms takes that life away from him. And Coach Pittman. And there's the gol dang it.
Well, that's one of those veteran safeties that this Alabama football team is blessed with. DeMarco Helms, Jordan Battle. A lot of people played a lot of plays.
Brian Branch.
Moore, Brian Branch. They got a lot of experience at that safety and star position.
Jace McClellan is back in the lineup, having been in the tent earlier that Jenny told us about. He gets a carry here for a yard or so. That's about it. Stand him up. Alabama's defense hasn't had a lot of takeaways entering this week, but they're doing their job today with that fumble recovery by number 2. The other number 2, McClellan, in the backfield with Bryce Young. 2nd down and 8. McClellan. Whoa, what a hit there. Was it Sanders? It was. Or was it Jalen Johnson? They were both in the vicinity.
Johnson comes in from his safety position, turns it back in, cleaned up that time by Gregory. Number 8, number 50, and then right at the end,
number 42.
42. That's good team defense. Set that edge with your safety.
They stopped at 3rd and 6 to force a field goal on the last series. Can they stop at 3rd and 8 with Alabama on their end of the field? Young rips it down the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Trayshawn Holden, and he is holding his stomach.
You could tell when he caught the ball, he could almost feel the hit. Remember, part of the game plan for Arkansas is to let the receivers know that there's going to be someone there when they catch the ball. Drop, hit, right at the same time. And boy, he took a tough one right there, didn't he? Like right in the rib cage.
Gary Johnson let him have it as soon as the ball was in the vicinity, and Bryce Young is going in the tent.
Wonder if he hit his finger on the helmet as he threw the ball.
Holden is up.
Did not see it. Had my eyes downfield. Didn't see it, but you could see he was very upset.
Threw his helmet down as he headed into the tent. We'll get another look at the end of the play.
Remember, Dak Prescott hit his thumb and broke his thumb on it.
I didn't see anybody near him.
Neither did I. Did he feel his shoulder? It's almost as if his shoulder popped out or something. He's holding it like he's got a dead shoulder, doesn't he?
He's definitely favoring it. Burnett punts, fair catch, called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line by Bryce Stevens. So now Arkansas is going to take over, and the big question mark is about the Heisman Trophy winner. Here he is behind him as he lets go. He doesn't touch anything.
No, he doesn't.
But the grimace on his face tells the story, and hanging that right arm.
You could see the worry on Nick Saban. Yep, right at his shoulder.
CBS News, 60 Minutes, Sunday on CBS.
Well, in the tent on Alabama's side is the Heisman Trophy winner. Let's take you back.
Brad, the prior series on the scramble on 3rd down when Drew Sanders hits him, he throws the ball at the last second. As he extends his arm, he lands on it.
Watch him grab his shoulder.
And then right at the end, he'll grab his shoulder. Ness, I tore my rotator cuff on a play exactly like that, extending my arm and landed on a extended arm. You don't know it's hurt until you throw the next throw. Let's pray that's not the play case.
Right, and remember, they ran the ball with McClellan twice. That was his first toss since that play. So obviously we'll keep an eye on that. KJ Jefferson losing yardage here. Back to the 5. Jenny?
Yeah, when Bryce came over to the sideline, it looked like he was trying to run to the locker room, and the trainers actually stopped him and brought him inside the injury tent. I heard a very, very extreme yell coming from him as he was throwing down his helmet. So, guys, I'll keep you posted on whatever I hear.
And believe me, when you hurt that rotator cuff or separate your shoulder, you know right away on your next throw.
And that was the next throw. Dominic Johnson in the backfield right now with K.J. Jefferson. They're backed up to the 5-yard line. Here's Johnson. Spins his way for about 6. Still going to be 3rd down and long.
You know, part of the stories last year was the quarterbacks we talked to, but also the story was each team had long drives. Last year at Alabama, Arkansas had 5 touchdown drives of over 75 yards, 1 over 90. They need a long drive.
They need to convert a 3rd and 8 to do it. Johnson trots out as an extra receiver to the bottom of your screen. Blitz is coming on Jefferson. Down the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Kadron Wilson. And Jadron.
You got to help the quarterback. You got to help the team out if you're a receiver.
There's been a couple of those.
Yeah,
today.
you got to make this play. It's right there, just a little bit inside. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. It bails out your teammates. It gets you a 1st down.
He might have felt DeMarco Helms coming, but
yeah,
still.
Well, it goes with SEC football. You got to catch that one.
Max Fletcher now is going to have to punt from his own end zone, and number 1, Kool-Aid McKinstry back waiting on this one around the 40-yard line of Alabama. Fletcher hit it a mile in the air again. McKinstry camps under it from the 38. To the far side of the field, to midfield. McKinstry inside the 30. He's still running all the way down inside the 20. He is electric on punt returns.
Holy cow.
His lead in the country is not going to be diminished by what he's already shown here in the first half.
He knew he was going left the whole way. The setup was left side. Used his athletic ability and a lot of good blocks to get down there.
45 yards later, they finally shove him out of bounds at the 17. And in at quarterback is Malik Hornsby.
No.
Jalen Milroe, excuse me. We saw him a little bit earlier in the season. Some mop-up duty, basically. And Jahmyr Gibbs down to the 10.
So we talked to Coach Saban about the backup quarterback if something bad happened. And he said Jalen runs the whole offense, but a little more of the Jalen Hurts stuff he brings to the package.
Well, that's a good package. If you're something like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he hasn't gone away, has he?
No. 2nd down and 3. Gibbs has it 1st and goal around the 3. Well, this might be the story of the first third of the college football season in a nutshell. The Heisman Trophy winner with an injured shoulder. And Milroe will take it in. Touchdown, Alabama.
When we talked about why the offense doesn't run as well as it did before, he said, well, you become unbalanced when you have a passing quarterback. All of a sudden you put another guy in who can also run, and Bama goes back to being more balanced and more run-centric.
They only had to go 17 yards in 3 plays, but you can give a big chunk of that drive to Kool-Aid McKinstry's punt return. Reichard in for the point after. Up and good. And even without Bryce Young, the Tide adds another touchdown. Bryce Young frustrated on the sidelines with an injured right shoulder. His replacement comes in and scores from 3 yards out. Please help those affected by natural disasters like Hurricanes Ian and Fiona. Visit redcross.org for more information. It's been a tough week.
Sure has. When I know people and live down there and A lot of senior citizens lost everything in that. It's really hard to take. Some good friends, by the way.
Anything you can do to help, please do so. So Alabama got a 45-yard punt return from McKinstry.
Let's put it this way. The people down there are not watching this game.
No, that's for sure. Will Reichard's got it teed up. A.J. Green back waiting at the goal line, but this will not be returned.
So Ness, let's call this game for Arkansas right down. I mean, you're coming down, and Bryce Young has started off fast. He's out of the game now, but started off throwing for 170-plus yards in the first half. He reads the safety go to the right. He probably should have gone left on the first one. Ended up being an interception. That was his last mistake, though, for a while. Touchdown after a long pass, and then what may be a disaster, as it could be the play of the game in college football so far if Alabama loses the Heisman Trophy quarterback.
Yep.
So here's the challenge for Arkansas. A year ago in this football game, it was a 17-14 game at the end of the half, and Alabama scored at the end of the half, and then scored when they got the ball to start the third quarter. Arkansas has to do the same thing right now.
Offense number 51, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Can they take a 21-zip game, score now, they get the ball the second half, can they make it a game?
That would be the perfect scenario for them, that's for sure. Mostly it's been punts today for the Razorback offense. A.J. Jefferson has not been the dynamic guy that we saw in this game last year. At least not so far. Two receivers to each side on first down at 15. Four-man Alabama rush. KJ's going to go long through the hands of his intended receiver. That should have been caught.
Again, there's no Treylon Burks.
Got to check in with Jenny.
Yeah, Bryce Young currently in the injury tent. I actually have an update right now. I don't have an update right now. I'm sorry right for that moment, guys. But trainers are going in and out, and medical staff going in and out. His players going in and out and checking on him. Once I do have an update, I'll let you know.
Yeah, with urgency, too, right?
That's the busiest tent in the world right now.
The story is he's still in there.
Jefferson. Landers should have caught that last pass, and now he's going to get sacked. Will Anderson and Jaheim Otis.
Well, you can almost feel it, can't you, that Arkansas doesn't have a mismatch as a wide receiver. Right. The Alabama defensive backs, you know, they're an experienced unit. But right now, there is no one on this Arkansas field that scares them one bit.
Now we're going to have four receivers to the right. Now the shift will come, but it's third down and 22. And there's a blitz coming on Jefferson. Little shovel pass on the inside to Sanders, and that doesn't fool anybody. To'o is there. So is Brian Branch. And Bryce Young is heading to the locker room.
Let's hope for college football and Bryce Young that he's able to play this season.
Yep. Got to wonder what's going through the Alabama's players' minds, too. Everything.
Totally. I mean, everybody connected with Alabama right now.
Absolutely. Low snap. Fletcher handles it. Another nice punt and a fair catch called for by McKinstry as he runs out of bounds around the 41-yard line.
Adam Zucker, New York, coming up on the Geico Halftime Report. BJ, Rick, and I get you caught up on today's action, including one of the other 5 ranked-on-ranked games going on. Florida State scored first. Sam Hartman and Wake Forest have scored 21 straight. Little back shoulder to Donovan Green. It's 21-7 Wake. A&M and Miss State guys still scoreless in their affair.
All right, Zuck, thanks. Here it's 21-0. All Alabama so far. Arkansas has sputtered offensively throughout. Please join us all here at CBS Sports as we proudly celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Going till mid-October. And here it's the very earliest part of October, and there is question at quarterback for Alabama because of Bryce Young's injury earlier. So Jalen Milroe, the redshirt freshman out of Katy, Texas.
Interesting play calling here right now.
Yep.
If you're Bill O'Brien, you don't want to make a mistake and get Arkansas back in the game. Illegal formation, by the way, for Alabama.
And that'll come up with the flag.
Too many men in the backfield. They had 2 wingbacks and no tight end.
And
Nick Saban saw it too.
Doesn't set well with Coach Saban.
More than 4 players in the offensive backfield. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So it'll be 1st and 15. Milroe has played, as I mentioned. He's thrown 18 passes, completed 12 for 86 yards and a touchdown. And he has 7 rushes on the year for 75 yards. And the rushing touchdown just moments ago. His first of his career on that 3-yard scamper to the end zone. Going to throw here, and Latu dropped it.
So the rest of the guys on the field for Alabama right now are not helping out the new quarterback, right? First play, they line up in the wrong formation. Second play, nice little safe play here. Drop the ball.
Just what I asked you, is it in their head right now? We lost our leader. It's got to be.
I guess, you know, I mean, right now you're thinking like, how can I help the new guy is what you should be
That's
thinking.
what you should be thinking.
Yes, not negatively.
This throw is complete. And it's Isaiah Bond who's got a touchdown already today, and he's got a big first down here.
Yeah, good throw. We're over here thinking like, how do they protect the ball, protect the quarterback? This night's 2022, right? You go to Alabama, you got great receivers. It's there. You got the RPO offense. Get them the ball.
Pick up at 23 to the 41 of Arkansas. Gibbs now behind Milroe. He was in a pistol set. Milroe says, get over to my right side, will you? Gibbs goes the other way to the left and spins his way to the 35 at the 6-minute mark.
Well, the question about this all year, the concern has been, can this offensive line for Alabama look like Alabama? That time, Javion Cohen, center that time. Laughlin does a good job of opening that crack for the running back to get the positive yards.
2nd down at 4. Gibbs dragged down from behind after only about a yard. Nice job defensively sliding behind the blocking to make the hit.
Yeah, Jordan Dominic that time, the transfer from Georgia Tech, good pass rusher, but that time you could almost feel that this Arkansas defense is attacking the quarterback. They're coming at him, trying to force a mistake, but so far the only 2 mistakes have been other people, not the quarterback.
Alabama already in field goal range. 3rd down and 3. Milroe sets in the pocket and throws incomplete.
Yeah, it's going to be interference, though. Coming across Latu that time.
Looks like Brini.
And he grabbed him with, I think his left hand grabbed his jersey.
Brini, a transfer from Georgia.
It's right here's the matchup, okay? Going out.
Yeah, he's
cuts
got
back
him right
in.
there.
He's got his hands all over him. Left hand at the end, but
Holding. Defense, number 7. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic first down.
And
But
that was,
Davies isn't buying it, but
Yeah.
that's the case.
but that was the chance to stop right there. There's still enough time in the half to come back. And by the way, Arkansas has all 3 timeouts. They did not charge Sam with that timeout.
Snap was a little wide. They get it down, and Roydell Williams gets good yardage inside the 20. Don't forget, coming up on the Geico halftime report, Adam, Rick, and BJ will break down the first half and have highlights from around the country. The big highlight in this one so far is a low light, and that Bryce Young has been injured in this half. Arkansas couldn't get their guys off the field.
Yeah, they called timeout there.
Timeout. Arkansas. Their first charge timeout of the half.
So they'll pick that flag up, and they will be charged for the timeout this time. 4:40 remaining in the half. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back. 4:40 left in the half. Alabama driving with their backup quarterback.
And the jumbo in at tight end, an extra offensive lineman. They love to go play action off of this.
Second down at 5. Roydell Williams up the middle, spins his way for a first down. So they're at the 15. Arkansas has already used one timeout. That was because they had too many guys out there. So Milroe, the redshirt freshman.
Inches.
No, they're going to say third down.
3rd and inches.
Well, it's first down now. That was Williams again.
3rd and short. Take your time. Mash it up front. Start way inside, then bounce it out by Roydell Williams.
Roydell averaged about 6 yards a carry last year. Just under 300 yards rushing. So we've seen all 3 backs, Gibbs, McClellan, and Williams so far. Gibbs back in there now. At the 14, it's Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs is going to coast. Touchdown, Alabama.
Yeah,
flag down.
Javian Cohen, number 70, is turning around and going, really? He's got his hands on his hips. He going, are you serious? That's holding? Look at him.
Holding. Offense, number 70.
He's still staring at him. Look at that. That's like 45 seconds going, no, that's not. Let's see. Let's find out. Right side over here. Here he is.
Oh.
I don't know. He just had him, got to the outside, got his butt to the outside, and threw him down.
I don't know if that was a pancake, but it looked like a waffle to me, at least. Well, that's a way to stop a scoring drive.
Illegal use of hands? I don't know, but watch him get to the outside.
Illegal use of strength. Might have had him hooked a little bit.
Yeah, I guess you should call that. He hooked him and turned him.
Milroe down the middle, a little bit low, incomplete, intended for Holden. Mentioned out of Katy, Texas. Under Armour All-American, as almost all these guys on the Alabama team are. Some sort of All-American or 5-star. Second and 20. Fakes it to Gibbs. Spins and goes right back to Gibbs. Gibbs broke one tackle. Jahmyr Gibbs stepped out of bounds, but he got a big chunk of that yardage back.
Well, I tell you, this guy is going to be something at the next level. Look how he can do everything. Runs the ball, attacks it smart, lines up anywhere. He's got that burst. He does remind you of Alvin Kamara. Come on, doesn't he? He's one of my favorite players.
Bumper Pool saved a touchdown right there as you look for our pylon cam as he stepped out. But he's got it manageable down in distance.
Remember, you got a running quarterback in there right now.
Third down and 3. Milroe wants to throw for it. And we're going to have flag in the end zone. Trayshawn Holden was the intended receiver, and Brini is going to be the guilty party.
I'm not sure. It might have been on McLaughlin, number 3. One of the two, because that flag came out real early.
Pass interference. Offense, number 10. 15-yard penalty. Go down.
They're calling it on number 10. It would be Bumper Pool, but I don't think that's...
It actually could have been a pick, right? Yeah. It's on Alabama.
It's a rub on Alabama.
Yeah, absolutely.
On JoJo
Good
Earl.
call. I knew that flag was thrown early, and it made sense now. You watch it. You went out there, you picked it, and that's a good call by that secondary.
So that backs it up to third down and 13. Arkansas fans saying, please stop these guys and hold them to a field goal, at least.
You're going to get quarterback draw here, aren't you? Nope. Quick screen to the outside.
And JoJo Earl, the guy that just had the rubs the end zone.
1-yard pass for a touchdown. How about that?
17 yards on the run and catch.
Spread him out all over the field. It's 2-on-2 down here. That's where he goes. Quick screen. The linemen come out. Easy, safe throw. And JoJo Earl looks healthy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Reichert in for the point after. Up and good. Yeah, good blocking out on the perimeter. 59-yard drive and 9 plays. There's Gary's guy, number 85, running somebody over. Touchdown Alabama. It's 28-0. So Jalen Milroe in for Bryce Young, who was injured earlier in this quarter. Throws a touchdown pass after rushing for a touchdown. 17-yarder on the pitch and catch to JoJo Earl. And in just 4 minutes, Alabama has scored again, and they lead 28-0. Reichert's kick will not be returned. Arkansas bring it out to the 25-yard line. New on CBS. Take a ride along through the thrilling streets of East New York. Starring Amanda Warren, Jimmy Smits, and Richard Kind. From the producers of NYPD Blue come the new series, East New York. It premieres tomorrow, right after The Equalizer, here on CBS. This is not what Arkansas had planned for this readout today in front of 76,000 fans. Rocket Sanders on a carry.
And so now you just got to turn around and look at your teammates and go, we're playing with pride, and I'm watching the film on Sunday and Monday to see who isn't.
Jefferson, quick slant, complete. Trying to get out to the edge, and Jason Hazelwood can't. Brought down by Terry and Arnold. And we have a Alabama player down. I think it's Brian Branch, maybe. It is. One of the leaders of their defense.
Oh, he gets hit by his own player.
Yeah, toe.
Yes. You're collisioning for the receiver, and all of a sudden you get hit by it. You're not prepared for that one. You're going for somebody else, and you take it. Brian Branch, extremely gifted safety. Kind of the Minka Fitzpatrick mold. Physical, athletic. Actually came in and kind of beat out Malachi Moore, who won that position when they both were true freshmen.
Shaken up here in Fayetteville, Arkansas, the junior out of Fayetteville, Georgia. They'll help him over in the vicinity of the 10th, which has been too busy today for Alabama sideline. And Coach Saban coming over to pat him on the backside. And he is going to go in the 10th. Meanwhile, back on the field, it's 2nd down and 5 for Arkansas. Trying to get something going here in the final couple minutes with 2 timeouts remaining before halftime. Dominion, Sanders, beg your pardon, and stalemate right at the 1st down marker.
Arkansas has not been able to attack the man-to-man coverage for the 2 corners for Alabama, McKinstry and Arnold. No balls to the outside with any pressure on either one of the man-to-man corners.
They're going to keep it on the ground, try to get to the edge, and that's not happening. Nice job out there by Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner burst on the scene about halfway through the season last year for Alabama. Couldn't get him off the field.
No. Drew Sanders came to Arkansas because he didn't know if he's get his job back from that guy. So it all works out. It worked out pretty well for both of them so far. KJ Jefferson steps up, fires down the middle, complete. Finally got a wide receiver involved. It's Matt Landers. And they're trying to rip the ball out of his hands at the 35-yard line. 1st down.
Defensive coordinator Pete Golding, very aggressive. The outside, Landers against a zone. It's a zone blitz. Henry To'oTo'o blitz. If you don't get to him, that means there's open space. One less defender out there.
Pick up a 20 to the 35. Jefferson has time, now running out of it, and goes down. It's probably going to be a sack. It was right around the line of scrimmage where Tim Smith brought him down.
Arkansas takes the timeout here. Good timeout. Nobody open, zone, nothing there. Tries to scramble and closed out.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Oh, what a hit. And if you have cut rate car insurance, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
58 seconds left in the half. Arkansas trying to get something on the board here before the end of the quarter. No gain on that last play. It wasn't a sack as KJ got back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Sanders trying to get wide. Does. Got 10, got 15, got the sideline, and got the official.
Zone read. They're reading Will Anderson, number 31. If he thinks the back can get outside of him, he hands it off. He does. Looks like it's going to get stopped, but a missed tackle that time by Helms. And it finishes with the referee who doesn't miss.
Ugh. Took a nasty spill. 26-yard pickup. I think they're going to make sure that the field judge is okay before they snap the ball.
Kind of landed on his head, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to have precautions for the players in this situation, you wonder. Yeah, he wobbled a bit.
Yeah, they're going to bring the training staff.
Good idea.
Out from Arkansas to cross all the way over the field.
He's got a smile on there, but they got to have the concern.
So a 26-yard pickup by Rocket Sanders. Got it down to the 9-yard line. This was the end of the play. Rocket's almost trying to hold him up. He was trying to hold him
right at the end. His head snapped back and hit the grass. And this is where somebody with a sharp eye on the sideline, one of the observers, noticed it and said, let's take a look.
Philip Davenport is our field judge, and he says, I'm ready. I hope he is. He's got a smile. That's a good sign. Well, meanwhile, the Razorbacks will bring it out to first and goal. They're at the 9-yard line. They do have a timeout left, and Arkansas will get the kick to start the second half. Brian Branch is heading to what is a busy locker room injury-wise for Alabama, and that's not good for anybody. Sanders broke one tackle, got it near the 6. Second down and goal.
It's a good thing Arkansas, they gave Arkansas back that timeout. They've got one timeout, meaning they can call anything they want still.
3 receivers in tight on the left. Rocket Sanders goes in motion to the right. Jefferson down the middle. Touchdown, Arkansas. Keytron Jackson. Boy, did the Hogs need that one.
So Jefferson kind of double pumps here, and the inside linebacker overruns it just a bit. Toa had the area. You see him stick his hands up. He had the middle, but the pump to the outside drew him away, and then the second one into the end for a touchdown. Hey, they had to have it, right?
It sure did.
Get the ball to start the second half. Can they do it again and make it a 14-point game? That's Arkansas's battle cry at halftime. They have not played well in the third quarter. They're going to have to do it. They're going to take a peek at this review. Did the ball skip before it got there?
Keytron Jackson had a touchdown catch a week ago in the loss to Texas A&M, and this one's vital right now. 21 seconds to go.
Yep.
They are taking a look at it.
Over the middle. Did it skip?
I don't think so.
Not on that one.
I didn't see anything there. Gene,
No.
did you?
No, I don't, guys. And you know what? The white gloves helped me in taking a look at it. The ball was on the one side of his left hand, but doesn't move at all. He's securing the football with both hands underneath. And really, if you take a look at the umpire, who does a great job with the U on his back, is spinning, and he's got a really good look. He immediately comes in with a catch as well. Everything I see right now just says that we stay with the call on the field.
The white gloves might have helped unless he was a little farther over near the A than the white gloves, or the S, right? Then the white gloves would have camouflaged a bit. Yeah, but I think Gene makes the point. The umpire turns and looks right at it. Another look, hits him in the chest. Does it go down on the ground?
After review,
can't see
the
anything.
ruling is it stands. Touchdown.
So something that Arkansas has desperately needed all day long, getting points on the board. KJ Jefferson with the touchdown toss.
So they had 5 of them last year. There's a 75-yard drive they needed badly.
Yeah. Cam Little in for the point after. Up and good. 9 plays, 75 yards. Ketron Jackson with a touchdown catch. It's 28-7 Alabama. Tonight at 7:30 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Catch more gridiron action. Wyoming looking to rebound against the Spartans of San Jose State. Chris Lewis and Robert Turbin will have the call for you tonight at 7:30 CBS Sports Network. Well, the whole first half, 65 yards until the last couple of minutes, 75 yards, as Gary said. They needed a long touchdown drive, and they got it.
They needed a short touchdown drive, a middle touchdown drive, or a long one. They needed one.
Well, don't worry about those later, but we'll worry about this guy. The Heisman Trophy winner, if you're just joining us, Bryce Young on this play, scrambling, trying to throw late, hitting the sideline, and his shoulder. The next time he tried to throw a ball, that was the reaction, and then the exit to the Alabama locker room.
It's funny, he knew his shoulder was tweaked, but he didn't know to what extent until he came in and threw the next time. And that's when he got upset.
Taylor Milrose come in his stead, scored on a 3-yard touchdown and throw the touchdown pass, and in this case, he'll take a knee to end the half.
Arkansas has been brutal in the third quarter all year. They practiced third quarter. They gotta show up.
That's going to end the half here in Fayetteville. Alabama, Nick Saban wanting to play on the road like they used to play on the road, and they have in this half. As the second-ranked team in the country has got the number 20 team in the country on the ropes. 28-7 is our halftime score. Down to Jenny Dell.
Coach, what can you tell us about Bryce Young?
Well, he's got a shoulder injury, but I don't know the extent of it. I don't know how bad it is. They worked on him inside, so I'll probably see when we go in.
Can we expect to see Milroe the rest of the way?
I'm sorry?
Can we expect to see Milroe out there the rest of the way?
Yeah. Well, if Bryce can't play, Miller was going to play.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Well, obviously a coach that's disgruntled by the whole situation.
You lose your quarterback, you get short with your answers, right?
I guess so. That's the end of the half. 28-7 the score. Alabama in front. As we send you now to Adam Zucker on a New York studio for the Geico halftime report. Zuck.
All right, Ness, we'll definitely be talking about the Alabama quarterback situation, and coming up on the Geico halftime report, we'll also get you caught up on ranked affairs in Waco and Tallahassee after this word from your local station.
A great night of television. Big Sunday premieres tomorrow on CBS.
Home Depot SEC on CBS brings us into the third quarter at Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville, Arkansas, between the number 20 Hogs and the second-ranked Crimson Tide of Alabama. 28-7. Alabama owned that first half. A good drive, though, at the very end of the second quarter. Got Arkansas on the board. They'll hope for more of the same. Bryce Young is on the field with a helmet on.
Boy,
that's encouraging.
It's great news for Alabama fans, even college football fans.
Let's go to Jenny for an update.
Well, guys, you heard Nick Saban tell me that it was a shoulder injury going into the half. I just was told that he went in, got evaluated, and now he is questionable to return. So you see him out on the field now.
Well, that's going to be interesting. He's at least got a smile on his face. A couple of good signs, but we're going to have to just wait and see. They won't have the ball first offensively as Reichard kicks off. And Arkansas bring it out to the 25. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell. Couple things, partner. First of all, you know, we got a game to play and a second half to play, and Arkansas will talk about how they can get back into it. But when you lose arguably the most visible guy our sport has, it's not good for anybody.
No, I think both these teams are hurting at halftime. You know, Arkansas number 20 down, gave up 28 points, and the other team thinking national championship, is our quarterback okay? So both teams come out going, what's going to happen in the second half?
And we'll find out, because it's starting right now at the 25-yard line. KJ Jefferson led him on a late scoring drive. His numbers were not good at all until the last really 2.5 minutes of the second quarter. And Gary mentioned third quarter problems. Sam Pittman told us every game the third quarter seems to get worse for us. Minus 28 point differential in the third quarter. They'd like to turn that around today. This is a good start. Raheem Sanders, the rocket, goes out for a first down out to the 37.
There's no doubt that this Arkansas offense says, if we get a little warm-up, Sam Pittman changed it up. I was out of practice Wednesday. They actually took halftime. They all went over and got a drink, and he blew the whistle and said, we are going to get our legs ready. They actually practiced halftime.
And so they come out with 20-yard sprints to try to warm things up. They've got a pretty good thing going here out near the 40-yard line, at least on their opening few snaps. Jalen Moody made the tackle on Rocket Sanders.
I think Arkansas and their offensive coordinator, Kendall Briles, believes that they have to run the ball to be able to throw the ball against Arkansas.
And they're going to go for a little tempo right here. Second down and 7. Blitz coming. Jefferson throws to the outside. Lucky that wasn't picked off. Kool-Aid McKinstry broke up the pass intended for Matt Landers.
Good coverage. Can't get deep. Said they've not been able to attack the corners. They still haven't been able to.
Nope. So third down and 7.
Burks last year had that 50-50 throw that he took for a touchdown. Remember that one?
Yeah. Had a huge game. Problem is he's playing for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, first round pick. That's what happens in this league. Got to replace him.
Jefferson running out of time from the backside, throws late across the middle, and it's broken up, incomplete. Knocked away by Arnold.
Yeah, Terrion Arnold came into the Texans game. They can't get him off the field. Playing the other quarterback corner opposite McKinstry. Man-to-man coverage. Ball slightly behind. He's able to make the play with his left hand.
Almost tucked it in there. That's a great defensive play.
Yep, ball was so. You saw the receiver had to slow down. That's where man-to-man coverage makes the difference. Against zones, you can throw to the space. Against man-to-man, they have to be accurate throws.
Max Fletcher to punt. Look out, the guy on the other end. He's forced a couple of fair catches today, but he's also seen one taken back 45 yards by this guy at the 14. Made the first wave miss. McKinstry ran into a wall as he hit the 34-yard line, but another good return. Got a flag down. I didn't see that until late. Bryce Young is coming out at quarterback. Boy, this is shocking me. The way he looked going in the locker room.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 26. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So that negates a nice return.
And you can actually almost feel the Alabama fans' sigh of relief if he comes in here and throws him one, right? I mean, if he throws a pass, because they can remember back when they had it going and Tua injured that ankle.
Right.
You know, everything changed.
He's not on the field, but he's trying to fire up his teammates. Milroe will take over.
Yeah. I think Jenny's report of questionable is realistic, right?
Yep. Looked like it was going to go from questionable to probable, but it isn't yet. Gibbs, nice job by Bumper Pool to stop him in his tracks. If you just joined us and you missed this in the first half, this was the play Bryce Young was injured on. Drew Sanders drawing a beat on him. Bryce trying to throw at the very last second and jammed that shoulder into the sideline, and then showed his frustration heading to the tent and then finally the locker room. But he is back out with his teammates with his helmet on. But his backup, Jalen Milroe, is at the controls, and he's going to throw. And he overshot his intended receiver, Jermaine Burton.
Well, the challenge for Alabama is, what do? They've struggled running the ball, especially on the road. They go to the passing game, not quite in sync, right? Receivers taking it more to the post, quarterbacks throwing it as a square in.
Fans at halftime have had a chance to refuel their lungs a little bit.
That's for sure.
3rd down and 9. Big play here. Here comes the blitz. Milroe's in his own end zone, but he runs out of there. And he's got the first down and then slides.
Like, that's generous. Slide? You sure it was kind
I don't know what that was.
Kind of a spinner slide there, wasn't it? But you're right. Pass rush goes past him. He feels it, knows where the first down is, and then he...
Little Twizzler at the end there.
Exactly.
Gibbs. Cut back.
Oh, man.
What a beauty.
Yeah, exactly. The stretch play that time, outside stretch, getting it, feeling it, speed to the outside, and then find a crease, and he does.
And the quickness with which he hits that cutback is, when you see it live and in person, I don't know if you're getting it on TV, but it's pretty quick. 61 yards now for Gibbs, 2nd down and 3. High snap. This time they've got him bottled up and might have gotten a yard out of it. Landon Jackson made the stop.
Yeah, Zach Williams, number 56, the defensive end of that side, won his battle. You win your one-on-one battle, good things happen. Over here, you win, that forces it back the other way. Win, force it back the other way. Nice job.
Yep. Well, they picked up a 3rd and 9. They've got a 3rd and 4 right here. McClellan now behind Milroe. It's a little sweep. And Gibbs isn't going to get there. Nice job by the Arkansas defense. He's about a half-yard shy.
It is. Coming from the left side, little touch pass. Can't quite get the block that time on the safety, and gets it real close.
Blair made the play and forces the punt. James Burnip in to kick for only the 2nd time today. Bryce Stevens, he's had some big returns so far through the first month of the season as well. Burnip with that Australian punt, end over end. Fair catch has already been called for and taken at the 21-yard line. So Arkansas got a stop, forced to punt. 10.5 to play 3rd quarter. They'll have it back on offense when we return. Now it's time for our hometown connection presented by T-Mobile. What do you got, Jenny?
Yeah, well, Bumper Pool's connection to Arkansas, it runs deep. Now, despite growing up in Texas, Bumper attended his first Razorback game when he was just 4 years old. You see, his grandfather, father, 2 aunts, 2 cousins, and his sister are all graduates of Arkansas. His little brother, Harper, attends university now. That sister I just mentioned, her name's Maddie. She's now Arkansas's assistant director of on-campus recruiting. Bumper told me, being a diehard Razorback fan, it's a dream to play football here. He said that Fayetteville really is a home away from home for the Pool family, guys.
It sure is a family affair. It's funny, we walked into our meeting yesterday and Gary said, Linebackers didn't look like you when they came into a meeting when I played, you know, hadn't shaved, long hair. He comes in, looked like he's getting ready to go to church.
Absolutely. He was clean shaven and ready for a TV interview, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player, too.
Player.
Meanwhile, his offensive teammates take over at the 22. Jefferson on the run. KJ got about 10, close to it anyway. Jenny also tells us Brian Branch is going to be out for the remainder of the game. Bryce Young is back on the sideline, but probably not going to play. KJ Jefferson, first 3 drives, not much. Last drive they really needed before the end of the half, and they got it for the 7 points that they have on the board. Now we're 5 minutes into the third. They're trying to close the gap a little further, and Rocket Sanders has got a first down. In our final trend, Alabama 70% on their third down conversions. Arkansas converted 1.
And when you put together that last touchdown drive by Arkansas, that 3rd and long screen down here that Alabama scores on when they're really almost conceding a field goal on the play was a huge play.
Yep, no doubt. First down here. Jefferson pumps, goes down on a slant. On the run is Trey Knox. And Knox is all the way to the 30.
So what you do is you fake the quick screen and you fake that you're going to block here, and then you go to the seam. Nice play, nice design. You get the Alabama secondary on their heels, and then you gash them right up the seam.
For 36 yards to the 30. And now the throw the other way. This one's a little high, intended for Landers. McKinstry was there to help break it up.
Willie McKinstry, man-to-man coverage. You have to attack it. If you're going to beat Alabama, you have to attack their man-to-man coverage. You know, we've seen it in the past. You know, I mean, you got the Mike Evans doing it back when Johnny Manziel had him there. You got to have that receiver that can challenge that man-to-man coverage to the outside.
Second down and 10. Collision in the backfield, and Will Anderson says hello to Rocket Sanders.
Yeah, if you're going to not block number 31 and read him, you better read it fast, because he's coming, and if you make the wrong decision...
They're lucky he didn't take the handoff.
Totally.
Wow.
See, that's a... Yeah, I don't know who you're reading on that one, but 31 better be on the page that you're reading.
Third down and 14. Blitz coming from To'o. Jefferson, look out from behind, has to throw at the last second, and he completed it to Sanders. And he's got a first down. I don't know how he did that.
I know, when you're 6'4", 240 pounds, might be one way, and he used every bit of strength to get rid of this one, because he had Will Anderson on him, and he pulled through and made the throw.
16 yards on 3rd and 14. You don't get many of those. Sanders on the inside run now. Goes for about 4 more.
Especially if you get this play and you've got a chance to get a sack, that takes you out of field goal range, and you know, you get the ball back, but completes it. Now, you know, for all intents and purposes, unless it's a really long yardage, Arkansas is calling plays here now like they have 4-down territory.
Defense.
And Alabama gets caught with an illegal substitution. So they're going to move it 5 yards closer. So you were talking about Will Anderson and the size of KJ Jefferson, and that was like 6'4", 240 with 6'4", 240.
Totally.
Yeah, the quarterback won that one.
It didn't used to be that way, but this is, you know, he's Cam Newton big. There's no doubt about it.
So the 12-man on the field penalty makes it first down and 5 for the Razorbacks at the 13-yard line. Popping through a hole and into the end zone is A.J. Green. Touchdown, Arkansas.
So Arkansas has caught a break. The Alabama quarterback is injured, and they're taking advantage of it. They're making it a football game.
You said score at the end of the second.
Yep.
Try to get one to start the third. It's not quite the start of the third, but this will do for him. Big opening off the left side, and Green had nothing but green in front of him until he hit the red of the end zone. Extra point is good.
And it might have looked corny running the sprints and practicing halftime, but what Sam Pittman was doing was emphasizing we're not going to lose the third quarter anymore, and his team has responded.
Capping a 78-yard drive, A.J. Green, 28-14.
Yeah, everybody knows that I'm home.
Next Saturday, it's a full day and night of college football, beginning at 2:30 Eastern with a drive to Atlanta and college football today before the games. And it's an SEC on CBS doubleheader featuring Auburn taking on top-ranked Georgia. And then in prime time, we'll be in Tuscaloosa for Texas A&M and #2 Alabama. It's all next Saturday here on CBS. Well, business was picking up during that last time out here around Razorback Stadium because their team has inched back into it, 28-14.
Oh, yeah, one more stop by this Arkansas Razorback defense, and this place is going to really feel it.
You're right.
So the dilemma for Bill O'Brien is, you know, with number 9 in the game, he had a matchup that he just could depend on.
Right.
And felt pretty easy. He could score anytime he wanted to. Now that matchup's not there anymore. Or if he's going to use it, he's risking it with an inexperienced quarterback. Unless number 9 runs on the field, right?
Exactly. Bates. And it's an onside kick. And they've got it. Sam Pittman said we were going to pull out the stops. He just did it with an onside kick, and his kicker recovered it.
He's stolen a possession. He's emphasized the third quarter, and his team has responded. And he said, I love in special teams when we do something different. I know on that sideline, Nick Saban is looking at his coaches and going, why weren't we ready for that?
You can't do it much better than this. The
Perfect.
Kicker is the hero. He just waited on it, waited for the last bounce, and covered it 11 yards past where he kicked it. A fake field goal last year against Alabama, an onside kick today.
I'm going to check if it went 10 yards.
Jake Bates with the kick. We'll watch it.
Remember, it's not where the feet of the players is. It's where the ball is. You can't reach across the ball line.
It's 11.
And he did not.
No, it's 11 yards. Good to check. Just keeps out of his own way until the last second. And then said, I got it.
Boy, the temptation of grabbing that ball earlier must have been really strong.
Absolutely. Gene Steratore is with us. Gene, you seeing what we're seeing?
I am, and I think the other thing they may be doing just to check mark the boxes is to make sure that no blocking occurred before the ball was legally able to be touched within that 10 yards. And by the angles that I've seen, that also was done very well by the kicking team.
Sam is saying, you know, you're taking our buzz away right here.
Well, that's a good point. I did not know that. Gene brought that up. So the point is that it would be a penalty. It's a reviewable penalty. And they're looking to see if there was a block before the ball crossed the line. It's close.
Might have been simultaneous.
Yes, it's very, very close. It's very close. That ball was hovering above that line. Again, it was called illegal on the field.
Right. It would be kind of hard to turn it around, but
well, it's right at that line when the blocks are really unnecessary on the play.
Yeah,
right?
the Bama players are so far back. Here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
Jake Bates is the man of the hour for the midway point of the third quarter.
And it was inches either way. Again, called legal on the field. The ball was hovering over the line. It's not when he catches it. It was when the ball gets to the line.
I think they got it right. So now can the offense take advantage? Good field position at the 46. Slip screen to Hazelwood on the outside. Got it to midfield, maybe to the 49. So we check in with Jenny.
Yeah, I talked to head coach Sam Pittman. He said he walked into the locker room at halftime and he looked at his team and he said, we're playing a la frickin' Bama. Maybe he used different words right there. He said, we're playing with no emotion. So his goal was to come out here in the third quarter and fight. And that's exactly what they're doing, guys.
Were they ever? Sanders fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage on this carry.
Just a little point here. If Alabama can get a stop, the replay actually gave the Bama defense a blow. You know, maybe a three-minute blow because they had just left the field and they would have had to run back on.
That's what I was saying about Sam Pittman saying you're killing our buzz. We want to get going on offense.
I thought you were talking about the fans, but the buzz that the Alabama defense was drinking Gatorade. And they go, what?
3rd down and 6. So will they get the stop? Jefferson in trouble. Throws late and got it complete. Keytron Jackson, 1st down.
So the plays that were being dropped in the first half, the receivers are now helping out. K.J. Jefferson runs up in the pocket again. That's the 2nd time in the second half he's made plays out of sync in the pocket.
17-yard pickup on a 3rd and 6. Back to Rocket Sanders straight up the middle, and he's got 8 more to the 25. DeMarco Helms brought him down.
So Rocket Sanders came to Arkansas as a wide receiver, transitioned to running back, and the Rocket fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Came in leading the SEC in rushing. This time he loses 1. Jaheim Otis, and on the stop, the big fella on the inside. He plugs up a lot of ground. 3rd down and 3 again. Jefferson momentarily comes up under center. He's going to stay there and go straight ahead. Quarterback keeper, and he's got the 1st down. He lost about 15 pounds in the offseason, but he is still a load.
Obviously one of the very few times that Arkansas will go under center. They do that because they can get the push on the quarterback sneak. You go shotgun, you get no push.
Yep. So 4 runs and a couple of passes has covered 32 yards in the last couple minutes as we approach 5 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Arkansas driving. K.J. Jefferson all the way to the 15 before he's run out of bounds.
Well, there's the zone read, and this time he read Dallas Turner, number 15. Looking at the handoff, look at it. He's got his eyes right here, okay? He's got his eyes right there. Do I do it? Do I do it? Nope, I got it. Gets it out to the outside. Very positive play.
And this time he keeps it, took it right out of his tailback's hands to the 5. Jefferson has got the Arkansas offense in gear.
Look how smart this read is by K.J. Jefferson. He gets an attack not only from Dallas Turner, but also the corner blitz at the same time. So he knows he has to keep it and not go wide, but take it inside.
Got Alabama's defense on their heels a little bit. Jefferson, 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Rocket Sanders with him in the backfield.
They're coming. Man-to-man coverage by Alabama all over the field. Blitz is coming.
Low snap. Sanders trying to weave his way inside. Maybe got 1. 2nd down and goal. So the onside kick started this, and it's carried it down inside the 5-yard line of Alabama.
So, you know, the no huddle up tempo doesn't always have to go fast, but it does keep, if you don't substitute, keeps Alabama from substituting inside.
Out of 5 on the play clock. Jefferson going to get the snap off. Barely. Sanders cuts back.
Stuffed well again inside.
Tough sledding in there for number 5.
Yeah, Isaiah Hastings. I think it was Hastings. I'm not sure. 99, I believe, stuffed the play inside. Make piles. Make piles if there's those defensive linemen.
All right, you got a quarterback.
And
one of the best runners in the country from that position. Do you run him here at 3rd down and goal?
Well, I also think you got 4th down too. Remember, you got a backup quarterback in on the other side. I think you got 2 downs.
11th play of the drive is right here at the 3-yard line. Jefferson keeps it. Doesn't get it. And that's 4th down.
Lost yardage on the play. Attacking defense. Defensive coordinator Pete Golding sends them again off the edge right here. Attack. Can't get the mesh cleanly. And it looks like, at least, Sam Pittman says, 3rd quarter, a lot of time.
Take 3.
Let's put 3 up there, or let's try another fake.
Cam Little, who had the heartbreak at the end of the game last week when he hit the top of the upright from 42 yards out.
Look at him look over. Why would he be looking at the bench? To see if the fake is on or not? Look safe, take the 3.
22-yard field goal attempt is up and good. Maybe to restore the confidence in his kicker. Take the sure thing, as Gary said. Still a lot of ball left. 16 and a half minutes to go. It's down to 28-17. Alabama, late 3rd. Thanks, Johnny. The Home Depot, SEC on CBS, is sponsored by USAA. Twisted Tea, hard iced tea. Buffalo Wild Wings. And by Wheels Up. So 17 unanswered points by Arkansas has them back in the ball game. Don't forget, later in the game, we'll have the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Well, the onside kick led to 3. They got close. Jake Bates. I don't know if he's got the smile off his face yet, but I'm assuming he's going to kick this one off.
Yeah, that would be the odds, right?
I looked at you to see if you were assuming what I was
know.
doing.
Well, I can't guess with these guys anymore.
And this one will not be returned. So out to the 25 comes the Alabama offense. Invesco brings you today's Scholar Athletes. Darian Dalcourt for Alabama, and Trey Knox, who just had a big catch on that last drive for Arkansas. Invesco proud to support student athletes on and off the field with a donation of $1,000 to both Alabama and Arkansas's general scholarship funds.
So no one preaches the process and one play at a time more than Nick Saban, right? Ignore the surroundings, do your job. Let's see if they can.
Whoa, high snap. Somehow Milroe got away, but not too far. Drew Sanders brings him down after a couple-yard pickup. I don't know if it was a bad snap or he just took his eyes off it.
It was kind of fast, right?
Yeah.
Got to him quick and handled it, but as you said, for nothing, basically.
And it was all Bryce Young in Alabama when he left the game. It's changed in a hurry with him on the sideline. Milroe's going to keep this. Cuts it outside. Almost an offensive face mask, and he's dragged out of bounds.
So remember this, though. The changeup is not really a changeup for Arkansas. The running quarterback in the zone read is what they face all spring ball. That's what they see every day. So even though it's a changeup for Alabama, Arkansas says, yeah, we practice against this every day.
Third down and 8. Empty backfield as Gibbs comes out as a wide receiver to the very bottom of your screen. Milroe scrambling around, in trouble, flags down. We're going to have a holding call, but it's thrown out of bounds anyway, and they'll decline that and take the punt.
Another stop. Started on first down with the mishandled or off-center snap, and
offense, number 70.
They're going to get the ball back. Nowhere to go.
Javion Cohen,
I think it was 70, wasn't it? No staring at the ref this time. He knew he held him on that one for sure.
So, Bryce Stevens waiting on the punt. Burnett. Whoa, that snap hit somebody, and Burnett's got to just cover it back at the 3-yard line. What happened there?
It hit Henry To'oTo'o, I believe, number 10. It's like the center anticipated the kick, the punter who likes to rugby it to the right, and it was almost leading him, and I believe he hit the up back.
The long snapper, Hibbett, it's right in the shadows. It was hard to see.
Yes, it hit him, hit the up back, and it was Henry To'oTo'o. It's almost like he was leading the punter to the right, and he let it right into the up back, blocking on the play.
This will show us a better angle. There it is, just sideways.
Look how far offline that was. It's like he was anticipating him to go to the right. It's hard to believe you could be that far off with a snap.
A major snafu by the special teams has given Arkansas a gift inside the 4-yard line. First and goal. K.J. Jefferson all by himself in the backfield. First and goal.
They didn't throw down here last time. Will they do it this time?
Sanders joins him in the backfield. He gets the carry. He gets the touchdown.
Wow. What a turn of events. Onside kick for points. A 3-and-out and a special teams disaster for Alabama.
Sanders just kept driving with those legs on the inside until he was across the goal line behind his big eaters up front, and they're going to go for 2.
Of course, 28-23. Go for 2.
And Nick Saban tying his shoes on the sideline. He'll stop play for a second. So 2-point conversion from the 3-yard line.
Touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
They're reviewing the touchdown.
He was stopped, lost a little momentum, but I thought he was pushed in after that, didn't you?
I did.
Stopped, loses momentum.
Keeps driving. Now it's a pileup, and
yeah,
there he is.
He fell on his own offensive lineman there, but I don't think he hit the ground. Did he stop enough to put his knees on the ground? No, he kept pushing and pushing.
I don't see how they're going to turn that around. Just kept the legs driving, as I said the first time. But we'll take a look at it.
He kind of dove out, landed on him, and then gathered his left foot and pushed again to score.
Gene Steratore is with us from New York. Gino?
Looks pretty clear to me, guys. I think from the sky cam shot, I was looking at the left leg to see if it may have slipped down there, that knee, before he pushed forward. Doesn't appear that it did at all, though, and I think they'll stay with the touchdown that they ruled on the field.
Got face masked in the process. Didn't see that one either. John Bible's our replay official. Scott Walker is our referee. This is the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
And now it's 2-point conversion time.
So one play has changed the outlook of this football game. Arkansas has taken advantage. The one play could change the landscape of college football.
You're not kidding. And one player being out could change the landscape of college football. So that was a 4-yard run by Sanders to get the touchdown. He's not in there right now. KJ Jefferson and Trey Knox. Knox now moves up to the tight end spot. Momentarily was in the backfield for Jefferson. So this is KJ's run or a throw all the way, unless somebody joins him. They fake the sweep, and now quarterback draw. Jefferson not going to get there. He got to the 1. To'o came flying out over the top and prevented the 2-point conversion.
So a third quarter that has been such a disaster all year for Arkansas, they've owned it.
This was close too. You see number 10 come in over the top and won't allow the 2-pointer. 5-point game.
Adam Zucker with this Jeep update. Mississippi State winning all facets against A&M, who had one field goal, wanted another, but Emmanuel Forbes blocks it, and DeCamarion Richardson gets loose for the touchdown. Miss State up 21-3 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ness and Gary, back to you.
All right, Zook, special play there. Some special plays here has changed the complexion of our game. This guy, number 39, has been involved. And at this point, kicks deep. Alabama cannot to the 25-yard line, but an amazing sequence of events in the third quarter. First, it was Bates. The onside kick goes 11 yards, covers it himself. That lets the offense get going for Arkansas. And then special teams, not so special on that one. An errant snap that sent Bourbon all the way down, the punter inside the 3. And then Rocket Sanders does the rest, driving and driving and driving and getting to the end zone. The only thing that didn't go right was a 2-point conversion. The Razorbacks have the fans back in it. They have controlled the third quarter, as Gary said. They went from 28 down to 28-23. So here we go. 15 minutes, 19 seconds to play.
And remember, the Bama advantage was throwing the ball. Can they run it? Will they run it, or will they have to go back to the pass?
They don't get anything there because Bumper Pool stops Jahmyr Gibbs in his tracks. That should bring the third quarter to a close. Well, Alabama might get one more snap off here. Nope. That'll end 3. And what a third. A disaster for Alabama. And Sam Pittman pulled out all the stops on the other sideline. I don't think you want to go away now. I hope you didn't earlier. We still got a fourth quarter to go. And number 20 and number 2 are in a 5-point game. SEC on CBS enters the fourth quarter at Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And now we got a game. 28-23. Fans in it for this final stanza. High snap. Milroe in trouble. Gonna go long. Man out there. Broken up at the very last moment. Nice play by McLaughlin, and the crowd goes wild again.
Burton had him beat. Could have been a touchdown. Ball was badly underthrown. Watch, receiver has to slow down, slow down, slow down, practically stop and allows. They're coming. Jermaine Barton says, if you'd have let me, I'd have had one.
Yep.
A poor throw, or Alabama scores a touchdown.
So now it's 3rd and 10. Alabama moved. J.C. Latham, I think. That was the call. You can barely hear it. The referee over the crowd right now.
That was part of the story in the Texas game. Penalties for Alabama. But right now, it's more than that, isn't it?
Yep.
They don't have their main offense. They're a passing team now. And they don't have their trigger man.
3rd and 15. Milroy steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off with it, and he's getting the first down and a lot more. This is what he can do. Milroy might have scored. Did he step out?
At the 2, I believe. Ness incredible on this play. Bumper Poole is spying the quarterback on the play. He's not covering anybody. He's covering 4. Watch this. He gets him. He misses him. You put your best tackler on their quarterback, and he misses him.
And he goes 77 yards to the 3-yard line. And now he throws, and it's batted in the air. Could have been intercepted. Sanders was close. And let's flag down. Conference among the officials here before the call. The ball was tipped, so that might have something to do with it.
Offside. Defense, number 50. After this is to the goal. First down.
They called the defensive tackle Eric Gregory offsides. He line up in the zone.
He must have. I didn't really see any movement down there.
How big would that have been if this tipped ball would have been caught?
Oh boy.
I didn't see anybody offsides.
I didn't either. At any rate, just outside the 1. Milroy, handoff. Going to be a lost yard here. Bumper Poole made the initial contact.
The only thing I can think of is that Arkansas only had 10 men on the field. The number 50 was trying to run in, and he was offside.
At any rate, they're back about where they started at the 3 after that tackle for loss by Poole. Jalen Milroy in there because Bryce Young was hurt earlier in the game. Takes the snap, gives off to McClellan, who can just walk in. Touchdown, Alabama.
Well, Jalen Milroy did what he does best. Passing game wasn't there. Bumper Poole was there to spy on him, but the athlete beats it, sets it up, and look at that blocking inside.
Well, the key play, as Gary said, what he does best on a 3rd and 15. He went 77 yards. And then they didn't have to go very far for McClellan. Reichard's extra point is good.
Yes, Eric Gregory was running in late. Arkansas on that first down, it really was offsides. They had 10 men on the field, and Gregory was running in as the 11th. So they have 10 men out there, but right here you're going to have an appearance of one more player right at the end, so he is offsides.
He's only offsides by about 15 yards. Yes. But for Alabama, more importantly, the walk-in by McClellan caps a 75-yard drive, 77 of which was Jalen Milroy. Now let's take a look at the GMC Game Changers.
And KJ Jefferson did a little bit of everything, didn't he? Used his eyes to open up the passing lane, used his athletic skill to buy some time on the quick screen and hit the seam, and then used the offense to read, see the corner blitz, and run the offense. A little bit of everything from KJ Jefferson.
That third quarter was KJ Jefferson that we saw so many times a year ago. The last 5 drives, pretty impressive. Now it's Alabama kicking back off after a sensational run by Jalen Milroy. Got him close. Jace McClellan got him in for the score. And we still got 14 minutes to go. 35-23. And this won't be returnable, so they bring it out to the 25-yard line. So You know, you'd like to have everybody healthy and everybody with their frontline players play, and you don't like to see anybody get injured. But the next 14 minutes could swing the whole SEC West for the rest of the year.
Totally. How about Milroe? Late in the half, he had a 3rd and 18.
Right.
Throws the quick screen for a touchdown. Here, 3rd and 15. Goes 77 yards. He's made 2 big 3rd down plays to keep Alabama in the game.
And now they've got the lead a little more comfortably than they did have, and still it's going to be Arkansas with every opportunity in the world with a really good quarterback and their running game that started to pick up now. Let's see what they do. And here's the guy, K.J. Jefferson, running over people for 12 yards. First down.
I like when we talked to K.J. Jefferson yesterday. You asked him, are you fast? How fast are you? And he said, I got between the tackle speed.
That's right.
That's exactly what he did right there.
And now Sanders trying to pick his way for a couple more. Test your knowledge here quickly with today's Aflac trivia question, which is, who's the only Arkansas head coach to defeat a Nick Saban coached team? Remember, Alabama has won 15 straight in this series. Sam Pittman lost to him last year, 42-35. Now it's 35-23. And the Hogs need more points here pretty soon. And that one's batted down, incomplete.
And Malachi Moore saved a big play there. Arkansas had a hot read on the play. If he gets it over Moore's hands, that's going to be a big play for Arkansas. Watch to the outside. Break out, hot, knocked down by 13, or that would have been big.
So now it's a 3rd and 8 that's big for Arkansas. A.J. Green's going to flush out of that backfield. So it's 5 receivers and K.J. Jefferson with a blitz coming. Not going to get away. Got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
So all week, the Alabama rushers have been told, do not go past the quarterback, just for this reason right here. He's going to pull it down. Be ready. Keep your eyes up. Keep your eyes on the quarterback. And if you do, he'll run right back to you.
So that possession didn't do him any good at all. Punting time for Arkansas. You'd like to keep it out of Kool-Aid McKinstry's hands if you're Max Fletcher. And he did. Knocked it out of bounds, but at least no return. They're going to spot it at around the 28-yard line. With 12:29 remaining in the ball game, second-ranked Alabama has got the ball back and a 12-point lead. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Invesco QQQ, Jersey Mike Subs, GMC Sierra, and by Gillette. Beautiful day in Fayetteville, Arkansas today, and some beautiful coverage of today's game provided by Goodyear.
Well, Jalen Milroe has done it with his legs, but it was off of a pass call that he did it. He was in the pocket and took it deep.
Arkansas scored 23 straight after Alabama already had a 28-0 lead, and their Heisman Trophy winning quarterback goes out. That 77-yard run set up the last touchdown, as Gary just mentioned. And now we got 12.5 to go, and they've got the ball back up 12. Jahmyr Gibbs, big opening up the middle, and he is going to be gone. Nobody's going to catch Jahmyr Gibbs all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. 72 yards.
Well, I tell you, somebody picked the wrong lane. Both the safety and the corner go outside from this side. See the corner? The safety, that's a safety. The corner's outside of him, gets blocked inside. Bumper Pool gets taken and pushed by the hole, and he's gone. Seth McLaughlin, number 56, gets the key block. And as Brad knew, once he got in the open field, no one's going to catch him.
Goes over 100 yards on the ground, 131 for Jahmyr Gibbs and a sensational strike of 72 for number 1. Alabama starting to take control now. And the injured quarterback says, that's my teammates out there. Big Sunday, excuse me, starts tomorrow on CBS with 2 action-packed premieres. First, The Equalizer, starring Queen Latifah, is back with an all-new season, followed by the premiere of the new CBS drama East New York with Amanda Warren and Jimmy Smits. All starts tomorrow after a new 60 Minutes here on CBS. And that follows our CBS football doubleheader. You might have to take a nap just from watching TV all day tomorrow on CBS.
Well, unfortunately, Bumper Poole, the great middle linebacker for Arkansas, was in the middle of both of those runs. Just a little bit out of control. One time he can't handle the quarterback draw, and the next time Seth McLaughlin pushes him past the play with a great block. Here's the first one. Watch it. He's spying on the play this time. He's right there. He's got the quarterback all the way. He's got him. He's got him. Runs right past him.
Yep.
Takes it for the big play. And on the run next time, he's got the middle of the field this time. He's got to do it again. Can he do it again? Gets pushed back at the last second past the play. No coverage from the secondary. They go outside, and Alabama blocks it perfectly that time for a touchdown.
+270 yard runs in the last 5 plays for Alabama has swung the tide back big time in their favor. Now it's A.J. Green. No gain.
Haven't called his name yet, but Brian Young that time, 47, came in and made a nice play that time. Fought all the way across his block, closed off the running lane. Nothing.
Been a little bit banged up, so to see him out there is good news for their defense. Jefferson pumps to the left. Throws on the run, completes it to Knox, who gets knocked down by To'o and Malachi Moore, but he's got a first down unless the flag brings it back.
Ineligible player downfield, offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So anytime your quarterback is a running quarterback and they sense he's going to run, you could see it. Leads with his shoulder and arm, and then Toa comes across on the other side.
So Stromberg, the center, downfield, backs it up 5 yards, second down at 15.
Yeah, they might stop this and look for targeting on Henry Toa, might they?
The game is being stopped for a medical observer.
Well, is somebody stunned on the play?
Apparently. Maybe it was one of.
Yeah.
It was Knox.
He got hit twice on that play. First by Malachi Moore and then by Henry Toa.
Got hit in the left side of the helmet and then the right side of the helmet. Like being in a boxing match. So they're having a look at Trey Knox. Yeah, the big pass play that Gary just showed you a little while ago. Gene Steratore is along with us, 4th member of our crew. Gene?
Yeah, I think it's definitely not a target. The shot here with the shoulder, with the side of the helmet, and then when number 10 White comes in, it's a side head up and not crown either. But I think it's a good, safe practice to see 2 hits like that on a player's helmet to stop and make sure that he's okay.
And they're having a chat with Trey, and I'm sure he's saying, no, I'm good.
Yeah, however, they always do, don't they?
Right. That's exactly what the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, they always do.
You were telling us about how many times they've asked you,
right.
Are you okay? Yeah, I'm going back in.
A little different, but back then, that's for sure. Now, despite what happened to Tua, They try, and I think that underlined to everybody. They got to be more cautious with every player out there.
College and pro.
Yep.
And he's coming out for a play for sure, and maybe for the rest of the game. And Nathan Bax is going to take Trey's spot. With the medical stop, you have to come out for a play. It's like losing your helmet, basically. So 2nd and 15. The wide receivers today for Arkansas have just not come up with enough big plays. And this screen pass is blown up. KJ Jefferson gave up on that one in a hurry.
Yeah, and that time Jalen Moody read it perfectly, number 42. Nothing there. Had to dump it.
So it's been streaks, 28 straight for Alabama, then 23 straight points for Arkansas. Now 2 quick long touchdown runs of, well, a long run that got him close to a touchdown of 77, and then Jahmyr Gibbs 72-yarder. And that's where we stand at 42-23. 11 minutes to go. KJ Jefferson waits too long. Still trying to drag his way out of there, but he's not going to get out of the grasp.
Well, it might be a late penalty on Toa there, a dumb one. It's going to keep Arkansas football. He just shoves a player, kind of a celebration shove, and he's going to get called on it.
There's the reaction.
Yeah, that was a bad play. They're off the field.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, defense number 10. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Not off the field now.
Play ends. It's a sack for sure. Going down.
And then the push from behind.
Yep. That's kind of dumb, isn't it?
Yep. Toa knows it, but a little too late for it now.
Stromberg gets up and points right at him. I mean, geez, he comes from 15 yards away. Whistle's blowing, and he knew it. He didn't know it before he did it, but he knew it after.
Here's a quick throw out in the flats. Hazelwood broke one tackle. And a stiff arm at the end to pick up another first down.
Yeah, that's a lack of discipline that, you know, these games are, you think they're over. They're never over, are they? Quick screen to the outside. Makes one guy miss. Good positive play.
And flags down on this one. Dominion going nowhere.
Yeah, too many men in the backfield again. It's the third one of the game.
Illegal formation. Offense number 75 was not lined up on the line of scrimmage. This penalty is declined. 2nd down.
By the way, Trey Knox is back in the lineup after coming out for that one play. Should have mentioned that before we asked you the trivia question, which was, who's the only Arkansas head coach to defeat a Nick Saban coached team? Houston Nutt, one of our comrades, did it twice, but Nick was at LSU at the time, not at Alabama. Since Nick got to Alabama, Alabama hasn't lost to Arkansas. KJ Jefferson throws a strike complete to midfield.
Nice strong hands there. You know you're going to get hit. It's coming. Keytron Jackson staying all the way with it. Terrion Arnold's going to close on it, but strong hands. He stays with it. Nice job that time.
Keytron picks up 17 with that grab. And Arkansas is back in Alabama territory, though only by a yard. And it's a little more than a yard now. Dominion got a couple. Time is of the essence. 15 straight times Alabama has won this matchup. Got to go back to 2006, the last time they were able to beat the Tide. KJ Jefferson incomplete. Intended for Matt Landers, and there's a flag down. So McKinstry, Kool-Aid. Guess he had his hand in the Kool-Aid.
McKinstry wasn't ready on this play. He was looking around to the inside. Arkansas quick snaps it. He never gets in phase. It costs him a penalty.
15-yard penalty from the previous.
He's staring. He's trying to get the call. And all of a sudden, Arkansas quick snaps it and goes with the fade.
So that's going to move it inside the 35.
Two bad mental mistakes by Alabama. To'oto'o's penalty. They're off the field. That time, Kool-Aid doesn't get ready. And it costs them.
Dominique Johnson comes back in to the Arkansas backfield with a first down just outside the Alabama 32. He gets the carry. And a nice game. Dallas Turner made the tackle. Down to 9 minutes, though. Yes, it should be a face mask, shouldn't it? He broke the tackle. KJ Jefferson makes McKinstry pay at the end of it.
Dallas Turner, number 15 on number 1. Who was face masking who? We'll find out. Well, both of them did it. Right? Who are you calling that on?
I'm calling on defense.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 15. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
It's like when my kids, he started it. There's the first face mask, there's the second face mask. KJ Jefferson started it, and he was the last guy to let go, and it goes on Turner.
So half the distance of the goal is going to put it inside the 10. But the clock is running. Hazelwood in motion and now sets up on the right side as Jefferson wants to come back the other way with the football. He's not going anywhere with the football. Jaheim Otis again, the big presence on the inside. And now KJ Jefferson's down.
Devontae Lawson, number 32, holds his position, forces him back inside. And when you say big, it's big. Even though Otis is gloss 70 pounds,
he still weighs
big.
about 350
yes.
something, doesn't he? And right on the shoulder and the right side of his head on KJ Jefferson. And so Cade Fortin comes in at quarterback. So we're in the backup quarterback situation for both teams.
Started out at North Carolina, transferred from USF.
Wants to throw and lobs it to the corner. Broken up. Intended for Matt Landers again. McKinstry back there. This time he was paying attention.
I think Nick Saban is still saying, why was the face mask just on us? There was two of them there. McKinstry in good position, great phase, and Landers basically has to knock it down.
Yeah.
It would have been intercepted. Got to get ready. When you're playing corner, you got to get in position. You start late, he's by you.
Jefferson's back in after one play by his backup. 3rd and goal, but it's outside the 15. Pumps to the right, goes to the end zone, overshot everybody. It's 4th down.
19-point game. Sam Pittman's going to take 3 and make it a 2-score game. 2 scores, two-point plays.
That's a lot of 2s with just 7:41 to go.
I don't think you have much choice. You're not going to pick up. You don't think you're going to pick up 15. You're going to have to take the 3 and hope you can score twice.
34-yard field goal attempt by Cam Little, who hit one earlier from 22.
We saw Florida make a run at it late like this, didn't we?
Yeah. And Cam's got this one as well.
Cam would have loved one just like that a week ago, wouldn't he?
No kidding. So they take the 3, 42-26. the field here at Razorback Stadium from our AT&T 5G pylon cam. It only takes one battle to change your life. Don't miss Sana Lathan's directorial debut in a new movie, On the Come Up. Now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus, rated PG-13. Go to ParamountPlus.com and try it for free.
Alabama will put the hands team out, anticipate or at least discourage Arkansas from trying the onside kick.
Remember, Jake Bates already had one successful in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was a surprise. This won't be, though, right?
I don't think so.
Well,
Jahmyr Gibbs is standing around the 17-yard line. If they pooch kick it, or if he kicks it away, he'll just let it go and bring it out to the 25. Which is what they'll do. So Alabama, 7:38 to go, playing with a 2-score lead. 2 heavy scores, as Gary called them. 8-8. Bryce Young came out, chin strap tightened, helmet on in the second half, but hasn't seen any action, but he has been cheering his teammates on.
Does it feel like relatively that might be positive that he doesn't have it in a sling?
I think so, but yeah. I don't know. I think it also shows that he didn't want to stay in the locker room and wanted to show a little.
No, I agree with that. We're not supposed to speculate bad, but can we speculate good?
I don't know why we can't. Yeah. We're looking at the bright side of things.
Exactly.
One of the bright sides, they got this guy playing tailback, but Bumper Pool says, you're not getting away from me this time.
Yep.
Let's check in with Jenny.
Yeah, a little more on Milroe coming from Bill O'Brien there. Quick little scouting report from him. Great legs, strong arm, can't throw outside. But he did say he wouldn't be here if we didn't like him. Of course, this is Alabama, guys.
Yeah, just another player of the year type guy in whatever state these guys come from. Gibbs.
Pass off the left side. He might be gone again. Jahmyr Gibbs. He's already got a 72-yarder. He's got another one. Touchdown, Alabama. This one goes for 76.
Bryce Young's going to go to meet him when he gets to the sideline.
Well, he showed it all there, but the line started it. They started it, creasing it. They block down, and then kick out to the outside. That creates it, and McLaughlin comes around and makes a key block again. I'll tell you, Seth McLaughlin's had himself a game here today.
Yep. Reichard's extra point is good. Well, Jahmyr Gibbs, we highlighted him in the offense for Alabama other than Bryce Young and said he's the most dangerous guy they have. I think he's proven the point today. 2 touchdown runs of 70+, and number 1 has number 2 in command. Well, 2 huge runs. In fact, the last 3 runs by Alabama, they had drives and runs of 77, 72 by that guy, and 73 or 75 by that guy. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, you don't want to give that guy space.
I don't think so.
Remember we said at the end of the third quarter, Alabama had -1 yard of total offense. Now they're running for 300 yards over the game, 221 in the fourth quarter, basically, right? I mean, what a rushing attack. And the big runs, I think the key one was the quarterback Milroe's run, wasn't it?
Yeah.
3rd and 15. That's when Arkansas really believed one stop and we can make this really, really uneasy for Alabama. After that play, they kind of seemed to lose their heart.
So Cade Fortin's going to stay at a quarterback for Arkansas. And even though K.J. Jefferson came back in for a couple more plays, looks like he's going to be his game the rest of the way here. A.J. Green lost his mouthpiece as he got hit. I think this guy's going to be a weapon of choice for Alabama the rest of the way.
And Alabama fans, I mean, there you go. That's Kenyon Drake. For me, my eyes, he's an Alvin Kamara type back. Both of them are pretty similar in the NFL, by the way.
Well, Jameer, I mentioned, was Georgia Tech's about their only offense last year, it seemed like, in a 3-win season. And when he transferred over, having watched him play at Georgia Tech, my thought was, when he gets it figured out and gets and gets introduced to his new teammates, he's going to be pretty good.
Well, this transfer portal's worked out pretty good for Alabama.
Yeah, you think?
Years, don't you think? Jameson Williams last year. This guy this year, 2 breakaway players.
Wharton going deep, overshoots everybody and completes 4th down. Single game rushing. Oh, some good names right there.
You bet. There's a lot of paychecks.
Couple of Heisman Trophy winners in there.
I was thinking there's a lot of accountants that are making good living doing these guys' taxes. I'll tell you that.
So Fletcher's got a kick again on 4th down and 7. McKinstry just has everybody clear out of the way, and this one also goes out of bounds.
It's amazing to watch these football games, how they can just turn on a play.
Wow.
It really is.
In a matter of 12 seconds here, 13 seconds there. Coming up on the College Football Postgame Show, presented by Rocket Mortgage. Adam and Rick and BJ will bring you the day's highlights from another busy Saturday in college football.
And, you know, that's kind of Nick Saban's theme, you know, the process. Forget the momentum, forget the crowd, do your job. I mean, looked like Arkansas had everything going their way. 3rd and 15, backup quarterback, boom. All of a sudden, everything changes.
Yep. Now we just hope that guy will be able to come in again this season sometime, or maybe as soon as next week. Who knows? We'll find out in Tuscaloosa with you in prime time next Saturday. And Alabama won't lose the number 2 ranking, even though they gave up a bad 3rd quarter. Tonight, number 1 Georgia playing Mizzou on the road. Ohio State saw Rutgers have a 7-0 lead and then pretty much ran away with that one. Michigan beat Iowa. Clemson and North Carolina State, big game in the ACC tonight. Kentucky lost to Ole Miss 22-19 in a game that was just kind of stuck in gear there in the 4th quarter and never really changed. So that'll keep Ole Miss in the thick of things. Roydell Williams now getting some carries. Jameer Gibbs' days, I'm sure, done.
You know, the surprise of the SEC this year has got to be Texas A&M, don't you think, though? I mean, everybody had them penciled in that they were the 2nd most talented team. That big matchup at Alabama. Everybody thought we'd have 2 undefeated teams, and A&M struggling.
Of course, they did hand Alabama one of only their 2 losses last year, so it'll be a rematch of that one that we saw College Station.
And the ball is out.
And I guess the Tide recovered it.
Looked to me like Hudson Clark, number 17, ripped this ball out when he was coming in on the tackle late. Watch him rip. Yes, it was Clark.
Got a timeout. Here are the final 5 minutes. .451 to play. 49-26 Alabama. Look at the rushing yards in the second half.
Man.
3 gigantic runs. Milroe, 2 by Gibbs. Arkansas took that time out with the punt upcoming from Burnett. Bryce Stevens made the first man miss. Got a block. He run out of bounds unceremoniously, probably with a personal foul at about the 28-yard line.
You call it on Moody, twisting him late when he got out of bounds.
Right at the end of this play, all he had to do is knock him out, and got a guy down on the special teams for Alabama. Demoy Kennedy is the man that's down. And here's, well, that's going to be maybe a face mask too, on top of everything else.
Might have got away with the toss, but not the face mask.
Working on the left leg of Demoy Kennedy.
Yeah, unstable leg right there. You know, nobody ever wants to get hurt, but it's toughest to get hurt when the game's basically over like this.
We'll check on him when we come back. Demoy Kennedy will go straight to the Alabama locker room, injured on that punt coverage. You're going to see him right in the middle of the screen.
Plants that left leg, and the knee goes.
Putting a little bit of pressure on it as he gets help to the locker room. Meanwhile, with the flag, the personal foul, the line of scrimmage is a 45 after the punt return. Cade Fortin in at quarterback for Arkansas. Couple yard gain on the play.
Sean Parker Wilson on the left. John came up to me before the game, and he said, you know, who's the last quarterback that's lost here? They still love me because I'm the guy.
Oh, he's the guy.
2006.
While we're talking about radio, I want to send our wishes out to Eli Gold, longtime play-by-play man for the Tide. Eli's been doing it since time began. I don't know, but he's having some health issues. Eli, we miss you, buddy. And Chris Stewart filled in for him, doing a great job over there in the booth, along with John Parker that Gary's talking about.
Everybody misses Eli, especially when they're on the same side and he comes into the booth and visits with us. That's a great time.
Fortin looking to throw on the run. Now he's going to run. And got the first down and got clobbered by Malachi Moore.
Sure did.
First down.
Still in bounds. He slows down, doesn't he? He slows down as he crosses the first down, and it gives the opportunity for the safety to get a clean shot on you.
Not sure that's the same call on the other sideline, but that's neither here nor there.
That was clean hit, though.
He throws a strike, a quick slant to Landers. That should be another first down. Well, the crowd came out decked in red today, hoping for an upset. They're going to come up short. There's a nice spin move by Hazelwood. And he's trying to get the defenders off him. Does get it inside the 20 to the 18.
So that's when the receiver really has to feel that pass. When that pass slows you down, do the spin move, go the other way. If he leads you forward, just keep running. Run right through the ball.
Well, a good-looking move.
Yep.
Fifth catch for Hazelwood today. In the red zone for the Razorbacks. Fumbled snap by Fortin. Now Will Anderson. No, it's not Will Anderson. Defense giving chase. He throws it away. It was Chris Braswell who was applying the pressure.
Let's see, the snap looked perfect the first time it was. Took his eye off it for the play action. Gets it back. Outruns Braswell and gets rid of it. garbage time, but if you're a backup player, it's experience for the future.
Sure.
I mean, something happens to Jefferson, these are going to be valuable plays for Arkansas later in the year.
Orton overshot his intended receiver, Jaden Wilson. It'll be third down. Third and 10 at the 17.
They put Will Anderson back in the game now on 3rd and 10. Going to be matched up against Luke Jones, number 70 on the left side. Here's the matchup right there.
That wide split. Here he comes. Throws over the middle and complete to Nathan Bax, the tight end who came in earlier for Trey Knox when he was shaken up. It's 4th down. 4th and 5. Wide receivers in tight here on 4th down at 5. Last chance for Arkansas. Fortin's got a man open out in the flat. It's Hazelwood. Not going to get there. Alabama's going to take over on downs. Terry and Arnold made the saving stop to prevent a first down.
So this is perfect defense by Alabama. You give them the short ball, and then you close. And you don't miss the tackle, and you can get off the field.
That's a good tackle right there.
It was. Wrap up, wrap up, wrap up, he did.
So Alabama takes over with 2 minutes to go. Arkansas still has 2 timeouts remaining. I don't know if they'll choose to use them or not. Jalen Milroe
came through, didn't he?
He did. Trey Sanders getting a call for a yard or so. Bryce Young, there's his numbers before he injured his shoulder, and Jenny will have an opportunity to talk to Coach Saban when it's over, and maybe we'll get more information. Just like the fact that he's always smiling, but that's kind of like Bryce Young's normal attitude about everything. So
I like the way you put it. Maybe we'll get more information.
Well, maybe not.
All you can do is ask the question, right?
That's right. You might not get the answer you're looking for. Sanders, a couple yards shy of the first down.
So Mississippi State had a big win at Texas A&M, and Arkansas goes to Mississippi State next.
That won't be easy with Will Rogers and company slinging it around. Alabama goes back home, as we've talked about, against the Aggies next Saturday night. And there'll be some happy Alabama fans because they've been questioning things, and they probably still have some questions and some things that Nick Saban's going to say we have to clean up, especially that third quarter. But I think talking about we can't run the ball and all that nonsense has been put to rest at least for one day.
Yeah, all the questions will go about number 9. What's his health?
Right.
Will it be in the future if we don't have Bryce Young? Or if he's nicked, how long will it be?
Well, his team gets a win today, 16th straight over Arkansas. 49-26 is the final tally. Don't anybody touch that shoulder for right now.
Sure.
He's shaking hands with his right hand.
Did. Good eye.
Jenny's with Nick Saban.
Coach, your Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young goes down. The rest of the team steps up. What did you learn about the resiliency of this squad today?
Well, you know what I'd like to talk about is our team. You know, our team just won a game on the road. It wasn't pretty all the time, but they made plays when they had to make it. We love Bryce. Bryce has got a sprained shoulder. You know, hopefully, you know, we'll get some diagnosis on him and see how he goes. But what about the game? What about the team? What about the players that played the game?
Let's talk about that. How would you characterize that win here?
I mean, Jameer Gibbs played great, made some big runs. Quarterback went in the game and made some plays. I mean, the defense, you know, made some plays. We made some horrible mistakes, you know, on special teams. But we overcame it. But there's a lot that we can learn from this game today, and hopefully our team will get better because of it.
Coach, thank you for your time.
I think that's what Jenny asked him in the first place.
You didn't hear it, I guess.
I think he had a preconceived answer.
Yes, he did. He thought the first question was going to be about that's a logical thought,
That's
but it
right.
didn't happen.
Oh, well, we got the point across, and he got his point across.
You can only ask the question, and he answered the way you want to answer.
That's right. That's right. That's what you and I do when we're not on the air. All right. Time for our plays of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. And there were some big ones, especially when Alabama was getting threatened, and this couldn't have been much bigger on 3rd down and 15. And Jalen Milroe taking off, turning on the Jets, cutting to the near side, and going 77 yards to get it down to 1st and goal, and they took it in from there.
Yeah.
Next possession, Jameer Gibbs, who's the star of the game, set sail on this one, 70-plus to the house. Nobody was going to get him. Here's how Chris Stewart called it on the Alabama Radio Network.
As he will go on a handoff to Gibbs. Turns it up. Foot race. 40. Midfield. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5. Touchdown, Jameer Gibbs. 72 yards to the house. And Alabama quiets the crowd even more.
That was a call on a 72-yard touchdown run by that young man. He had a 75-yarder just moments later. Big game, over 200 on the ground for Jameer Gibbs, and Alabama wins it 49-26. That's going to wrap it up for us. For Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, our entire CBS crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Fayetteville. Final score, 2nd-ranked Alabama 49, number 20 Arkansas 26. We'll get you back to Adam Zucker and company for the college football postgame show presented by Rocket Mortgage right after these messages. See you next Saturday in Tuscaloosa.